Okay, so in the last episode, you all spoke with a snake man.
Man.
Yeah. You, as the battle raged upon the Oathkeeper vessel, which I don't remember, the Flying Sea Spray. You all were summoned. You were summoned by a creature called Sigma, who seemingly was the leader of this operation. He told you that you'd been a thorn in his side, and that all he wants is for you to stay out of his business.
I did it again.
You agreed to stay out of his business and not actively work against him, and he promised to leave you alone and also returned your mother.
And the children.
And the children. That too. From there, you all went off to do some of your own things. Hessel went to find his boys, your flock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you make them float and you send them into the ocean, they will be boys.
That's true. Skeletons sink though, unfortunately.
I said you make them float first.
Yeah.
Gotta make them bloat.
If you make them zombies, then they'll float.
Just get some nice light wood and fill their rib cages with logs.
Yep, there we go.
There you go.
Just like the...
Driftwood zombies.
Driftwood zombies.
Driftwood skeletons, yeah.
And so you went out to get your boys. You realized that you could sideways blink.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting experience.
Yes, it was.
Mason and Callion went back to the Thatcher household, where your mother was promptly returned to you. She told you that the reason your father had gained such a station with the Oathkeepers was because he had stumbled upon an item of value to them, and that it was buried behind the house. Ophelia and Ro had a bit of a conversation, and Ro decided that her work here was done and that she was going to take her father, the army of children that she had gained, and head off to Tomston to find everybody a good home. The next morning you bid farewell to those that were leaving, and
Including Mason's mother.
Yep. And had a conversation with Issa, whom you also promised that you would not actively work directly against Valier, seeing as you do not want to be against Issa himself.
We're freelancers.
You're freelancers now. Beholden no more. Eventually you decided that...
Freelancing for.
Yeah.
For now.
Eventually you decided that since the summoning circle was about 11 days away, you were going to charter a boat and make your way out to a spot marked on your map in the middle of the sea where Hessel might have some sort of attachment to. So, that's where we are now. You've just set sail. The sun is partway up to the sky. I'd say it's about like 10 a.m. in the morning at this stage. And you are well, not necessarily drifting, but yeah, Simon's boat.
I was trying to figure out how to make that joke.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working.
You are welcome.
We just finished identifying the infiltrator's
That's correct.
key.
You finished identifying the infiltrator's key, where you got a vision of how it was created or forged.
12 nooses, 12 mage, 12 blacksmiths.
Yep. Seemingly created from the blood of 12 master thieves. This key seemed to be effectively a master key of sorts.
Portable rogue.
A portable rogue.
Yeah.
I love it.
Very fortuitous.
I love portable rogue.
In your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, with
We have a radio
that
jingle for it.
with that identification complete, you have the rest of the day to do as you wish. What is everyone doing on your day's worth of travel?
So how big of a boat is this?
Oh,
Chill
let me find out. I will get back to you. I'm just pacing it out currently because
Yeah, you're like
Counting
what?
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, just like it's not like rowboat size.
It's bigger than a rowboat.
It's bigger
It's
than
like a
robot.
sailboat, regular
it can have
sailboat.
like it can have like
kinda.
10 to 12 passengers.
Okay. And we said that there were like there are beds under
Yeah, there's
There's a cabin
There's a
which
cabin.
has 2 beds.
two
There.
beds.
Yes.
Right. So I mean, we can just take turns.
Yeah.
It's not big.
No. Okay.
Not very big, no.
Cool.
But I don't mind sleeping on the deck.
Cool.
You could just one of us can just be on in a sleeping bag, just going.
Just tie yourself down.
Alright, keelboat is about 55 feet long. Sorry, 60 feet long by 20 feet wide. There is
I mean, this one could be slightly smaller.
a bunch of other stuff on it. There's no ballista because DM.
Yes.
It has
ballista.
100 hit points. There's a 3
we
foot
don't
high.
need no ballista.
There's a 3 foot high railing around the whole side. There is a cabin at the aft, which is the back.
Yeah.
And it has 2 beds.
Has 2 beds, a desk with a chair, and each bed has a footlocker.
Nice.
Nice.
And then
Good
there are
stuff.
benches all the way along. There are 12 benches all the way along with 4 15-foot long oars that we can each row.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah. If you do need rowers, I've got a bit of a crew that I can pull together for that if we need them. If the wind dies down, but then again, if we need wind, I can give us wind for a little bit as well.
We'll see what nature gives us first, and then we'll
Yes.
go with the unnatural.
Before we go any further, this mithril blood key. Does anyone feel like holding on to this? Yeah.
So what do you need to use?
Skeleton
it?
key.
Well, it's a skeleton key. It can be used for opening
skeletons?
for opening locks. No, I open the skeletons. I am the skeleton key.
Is it a tune?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
It requires a 2.
Yes.
Ooh.
So it does have a number of other good effects as well. It does also assist you in being more quiet in general, more stealthy.
I could use it.
Yes, while holding the key, your steps are muffled, giving you advantage on stealth checks made to move silently. That's more like sound, so it's not going to obscure you, but it will mean that you're not clunking.
Well,
So,
maybe that would be useful for you in that case, or have you already got all your attunement
You got
slots?
clanky stuff.
You are a clunky
I am
boy.
clanky and full of attunements.
yum, so numb, yum.
That's just the crunchy outer shell.
I think Garo mistook Hazel's interest. Sweaty Under Armour. Yum.
Right.
It's
Okay.
like dragons that knights are just like they've just got like a nice little crunchy outer shell.
They're like crabs.
probably.
They're just like
You
crabs.
just gotta break it open.
That's like a walnut.
Knights are like
Yeah,
crabs.
that's like walnuts.
It certainly does help you when it comes to picking locks. It effectively does most of the work for you. You do have to hold on to it and put it into it, so it's still possible that we could screw it up. But it does most of the work. Most. Did I say something?
No.
No, you're fine.
Right.
Skeleton in the background just fucking chuckling.
They're just like clanking because they don't have lungs to actually
They're just going to
Like, yeah.
I think it might be worthwhile at least one of us being attuned to it. Who has availability, I suppose?
I can be attuned to it as
You
well.
can? You are a little bit more, well, I suppose, how dexterous would you say you are?
On a scale of what?
Of 1 to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, just randomly?
Yeah.
About an 18.
That's pretty good.
At a guess.
That's actually the
At a
best
guess.
out of all of
That
us.
is the
It
best
is.
out of all of
Good
us.
shit.
So,
I think Callian might rival me, but
I think
Not
we're
quite.
close.
Okay.
We're close.
I'm the worst here.
Yeah, so
In many ways.
really?
maybe this would be best for you to.
It's
to
fine.
hold
You're
on
not
to.
the stealthy kind. You're the
Yeah.
You're for when
I am your catapult.
when I inevitably roll badly, you fix it.
Mortars are not stealthy.
So, just so you know, it is the infiltrator's key dormant.
Is it in?
It is.
It is,
In,
okay.
it is. It's a wondrous legendary item that requires attunement.
I will attempt to add it. What is it? The
Infiltrator's key.
And the thing is,
Nope.
it says while holding the key, your steps are muffled. So you actually kind of need to be holding onto the key to muffle your steps.
Is it in?
Could you like wear it on like a necklace? Would that work?
Probably.
You need. Yeah,
Infiltrator's
I'll allow it.
key.
Under.
Wondrous item.
I couldn't see it when I searched for it.
Oh.
Oh well. I don't have critical roll on. That's why.
Oh, that'll be why. Yes, it is.
It's from Wild
It's a
Mounts.
critical thing.
Yes.
Just take like a screenshot of the thing and send it to.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
All right, I'll take that out of the bag of holding I now have from Ro.
Ooh,
I'm
I can
going
probably do
to open up the many-handed pouch
Yep.
that I have from Issa, and I'm going to take out the scroll of water breathing.
Yep.
I'm going to place it down on the table, have a good look at it, and then kind of turn to the others.
Of your old armor.
Well, this will allow us to breathe underwater. I'm going to work on putting it just under the gills. I feel like that's a good
How
spot
long does
for
it last for?
It lasts for 24 hours.
Yes.
824 hours?
824 hours. 1 moment, please.
That would be the worst kind of spell. Having to remember to recast something after 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Oh man, it is a 3rd level spell. That's going to cost me.
I'm pretty sure 800 hours.
You
is
can cast it
not-
as a ritual.
No, I need to inscribe it
I was
first.
right,
like,
yes.
I don't think that's quite.
24 hours, so the whole day you'll be able to breathe full. So theoretically, each morning, if I made it part of our breakfast routine, I could make it so that you can drink
a cereal.
Exactly, precisely. It's going to take me. It's going to take me a while to. It's going to take me 6 hours to tattoo this.
Time, I
We
suppose.
have nothing to do but
Tattoo effectively while on the ship.
Well, reasonably so.
It depends on how smooth the seas are.
Yeah, how
What's the
Roll
weather
a
like?
d20.
Roll the weather. I
Yep.
will roll for weather.
Go Boatman.
I rolled a 3 weather.
Ooh, Henry
A
Boatman.
3 weather.
Only 3 weathers.
Yeah, I was going to say,
There's only
should we
two
let
weathers.
Mason do this?
Don't let Nick do it.
Like when you start off in the day, it's fairly clear. But as you get further and further away, the clouds do start to gather. It's not raining yet, but it is.
Rain's fine.
Yeah, it's overcast and there is a bit of a wind. It is in the direction you're going, so there is a tailwind. But yeah, that's what it is. It's not raining. It's not a storm, and the sea. Yeah, and the sea is relatively calm. It's not.
If we start getting like a massive swells, then we're in trouble.
We'll try and give you a heads up so that you don't
I appreciate that.
slip.
So then we can have the water breathing before.
Oh yes.
That would be great.
Yeah, it would be nice.
That's going to be my top priority, so I might start doing that now. And if you need skeletons, I can bring them on out.
While it's still relatively plain sailing, what I would like to do is I'd like to take some rope
Yep.
out of my bag, and then I might go into the drawer and see if there's any other extra random lengths of rope in the drawer, which I haven't looked for. Okay.
There is no rope.
And I'm just going
Got some
to
rope.
attach like tie up a couple of like 10 feet lengths, and I'll cut my rope into 10 feet lengths just for where like I think people will need to be in case it gets
Oh,
really full. So I
safety
can-
lines.
Yeah, safety lines so that we
Cool.
don't lose people overboard.
Sweet. You got
Yeah,
safety
I'm-
lines.
Just while it's like smooth, and I might ask a skeleton to take the helm while I'm.
Cool. It does
Yeah.
so.
I'll probably just have one out of the bag of holding for now.
Cool. You got one
Or
skeleton.
someone can hold it straight while I start tying some safety lines.
Yeah. And the action I would give it is obey Mason's commands for the day.
There you go.
Do you have to
That
pull
works.
them out of the bag every morning to re-up, or can you just yell into the bag?
You have to
I have
pull
to-
them
Yeah,
down.
to the back.
The best method for me is
To go in.
it's also just I mean, no, I could try that, but they'd be a little terrified. No, it's more just turn it inside out and let them emerge.
Well, everything else will come out as well, though.
I don't keep that much else in there. Yeah, it's primarily
Bone bag.
bone
If you
bag.
put everything else in your satchel,
Yes.
will the satchel just fall out with all of the things in it? And then, like, skeletons will also be there, so you'll have a satchel of things and skeletons.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I might also take the time just to arm these skeletons with some of the longbows and other blades that we have, just so that they are.
5 longbows and quivers.
I will take.
I don't think we have any blades left.
3 longbows.
I have a great axe. Still have some.
3 longbows, and if they need to, they can scratch out people's eyes just fine.
Cool.
Right, I'm going to get to it then.
You start on your
Tattooing.
you're tattooing. Oh, I can tell today's going to be interesting. My brain is just not working for some reason.
While I'm
Let's take advantage of that.
steering or making sure that we're going in the direction that I'm told that we should be going in,
Yep.
I'm just going to start focusing on the key so that I can attune to it over the first hour.
Sweet. And so we'll get back to that at the end of the hour. What are you doing?
I'm going to observe Mason while he's,
Sweet.
at least for the first moment, while he's distracted.
Cool.
Probably talk to him more later, but
Sweet.
I just want to get a rough idea of what he's doing at the start.
Cool.
Just
That's fine. And
some idea.
I do have a favor to ask of Hessel, but he's currently occupied, so
Occupied.
so I
Yeah.
could, I guess, assist with that.
sweet.
If you need assistance with
That'd be fantastic.
make it go a little bit faster.
Cool.
I'd appreciate that.
You
Thanks.
are assisting with the tattoo. Cool. The first
After
hour
this,
passed.
after at the end of all of this, if we ever do manage to retire, maybe they just might become a tattooer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Owl Manibus is just kind of up in the crow's nest, just
Sweet.
hanging out.
A real test of Hissel's strength is when he lets Mason tattoo him.
Yeah. I think that's more of a test of his trust than his strength.
on your butt.
I mean, I've got a lot of my back.
You've been
just the
practicing your
wish spell.
calligraphy.
Yeah, I know.
It's just but you can only do big strokes, so it's just
I've got 1 hour left to spend on that wish spell, studying it.
I still haven't looked at my book as to how much I
That'll
have
be
left.
later on. That'll be later on.
Cool. All right. So the first hour passes, and as you're sort of focusing on it and sort of getting used to this key, the same vision that Hessel had sort of comes to you, but along with that, you feel like you never really attempted lock picking before, but it's just one of those things where you're like, huh, that's how it works. And with that sort of knowledge, you also notice that on your arms, a very light, it's just it's slightly off color, almost like stretch marks of your skin. This maze-like pattern appears.
light scarring.
Yeah, just from there all the way to there. So it's
Almost up to my elbows.
yeah, almost up to your elbows.
Like he's wearing some cool lace gloves.
Well, it's proper maze pattern. Have you seen those maze pattern tattoos? They're just fucking yeah. I saw one the other day. And I was like, that looks so fucking cool.
Can I, if I see that, can I tense my forearms and make the maze itself shift?
Yep. So you start to flex, and it just ever so slightly starts to shift and move.
Wait,
Make
so
the
he
walls
also
next to the maze
has the
itself
coin thing, right?
What's
Doesn't that make the coin thing make your fists?
What?
The thing that Sajay gave you,
It's a one-time.
It's a one use item.
right?
But it would.
But yeah, it would
do
do.
flaming mazes.
But yes.
You could when you get bored, you can just take a pen or whatever and see if you can solve it.
This maze with a vivid.
And then I grab onto something in the maze. Fuck, maze changed. God damn it.
Yeah. But you have these maze-like patterns just running down your arm at the end of that. But yeah. So for the first half of your sort of 12-hour stint of travel, someone roll me a d20.
I'll do it.
I have such weird attunements.
19.
A 19, sweet. Cool. So as you're sort of floating by, at this point, it's gone overcast. The wind sort of picked up a little bit. The seas aren't they're getting choppier, but they're not
Seasick.
Yeah, exactly. It's still relatively easy for you to continue tattooing yourself. But what you notice with your insanely high perception, in the direction that you're going, on the surface of water, something seems to be shimmering, or glistening rather, like the little bit of sunlight that's diffusing through is sort of reflecting off of it.
Kind of like phosphorescence.
Hard to tell from this from here, but you are heading straight towards it, and it is a considerably large patch. It's not like a very small little thing. It's like
Hard to go around.
You could go around it. Yeah, you could go around.
Well, I mean, it depends if it's like, is it like this or is it like?
No, it's
horizon to horizon. Yeah.
Well, it's about 85, 90 feet in diameter. Yep.
Yeah, probably point it out to Mason and see if we can't skirt the side of it just in case.
Yep. Do you want me to slow down as we go past it? See what it is?
Are we on deck or are we
Sure.
on deck?
We'd be in the
cabin.
cabin. The aft cabin.
Cool. Yeah, and you sort of start maneuvering your way around it, and as you sort of slow down, it seems to be something on the water's surface.
Something like oil or...
Yeah, at first glance, that's probably what it would look like. Is just oil, but it's not like that black sort of crude oil sort of thing. It's more sort
That
of
we would never
grayish.
have seen.
Yeah, it's like a grayish colored substance that seems to be glistening.
Can I try to lean over the edge and scoop some, like with some
What
kind of
is the-
container? And
How low is the?
I don't know how high we sit off the deck, but the railing on the side of it is 3 feet high.
If you stick your arm through the bottom of it, or I guess it depends if it's like a solid.
Yeah,
Are there
you.
mops on the deck?
Yeah, you probably need to get something to reach down there, or sort of dangle off the side with a freaking harness, something like that to
Just
get
Is
to
it a
it.
stick?
Yeah,
just like tie a rope to a
yeah,
rain catcher and just sort of.
yeah. Raincatcher, what's it made of? It's wooden.
What is a D&D rain catcher? I just assumed it was like a.
Probably like wooden
Assuming some kind of
stick
tar
thing
or-
within like, I don't know. Probably wooden metal? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or is it fabric?
There'd
Fabric-y.
definitely also be a mop on deck if you wanted to try and...
There are
Do you want to eviscerate this person's mom?
There are oars. There are 4 of them.
Yes. There's also a bird that can potentially scoop
there you
down
go.
with a little cup.
Um,
Cups made.
a rain catcher is a 5-foot square of leather tarp with a wooden frame and legs. That
Sweet.
You just stretch it over the frame and it makes like a
Yep.
funnel. So it's
Yep.
basically a leather tarp well tied with
Yeah.
a rope to the corners of and just.
Yeah. You drop it into this thing, and as it first hits the top, this is some sort of a thick, viscous liquid. So it doesn't like sink immediately, but you sort of like maneuver it in such a way that it sort of the edge of it catches some of the substance. As soon as it does, you see it start to like drag behind because this is such a thick substance.
Good thing we didn't sail through it.
And yeah, you manage to like pull some of it up, and as you're sort of pulling it up, you see you feel it getting lighter, and as you sort of pull it all the way up, the tarp is just gone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow!
Sail through it.
Really glad we didn't
Well,
sail through
shit.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's whale shit. I think it's probably some other kind of substance.
I'll remove that from my inventory.
it. Kind of drop it over the side.
Yeah, and as you drop it, like if you drop it over the side, there are remnants of it. As you drop it over the side, and it sort of sits atop it, you can see it like very slowly, almost like when you've got those iron filings that you bring a magnet over.
Yeah.
Something like that, but just like sort of starts to surround.
Kind of like ferrofluid.
Yeah, like a ferrofluid. It starts
Yeah.
surrounding the rope and the top, and it just gone.
Let's give that a wide breathe.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like turning away from it slowly so that we get some distance between us and to the edge of it.
Yeah, and you get enough distance, and you
Yeah, it's just like so that I'm not worried about like a 20 or 30 feet sort of thing.
yeah, it doesn't seem to.
Yeah, just so I don't think that like a wave's gonna push it onto the boat or anything like that. Just
Yep.
get far enough away.
Yeah, you're far enough away from it, and it's just that one sort of 90-foot
You're
patch.
just like super not knowing anything that's going on.
Everything's
Yeah, you can do tattooing. Aside from that, the first half of your the first half of your day goes by without too much of an issue. For the second half of the day, I'll get someone to roll a d20 for weather first.
nice.
Oh, wrong.
Go for it.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
Clears up.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That was a flat C.
Yeah, it clears up.
What the fuck did I
ways-
roll, V? What the fuck was that?
19.
A 19. Yeah.
Random ocean events.
Yeah. The tables I use for these sort of things, they just give me prompts.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I wonder what that would do. It's just,
Delicious.
it's cool shit. But yeah, everything clears up. Like the what once looked like rain clouds almost dissipate. You can see it's like clear skies. The ocean gets pretty calm, and it's smooth sailing for the rest for the second half of this.
That would be 6 p.m. by then, I
Yeah.
guess. If we're going like 4 hours.
Yeah,
Like 6 and 6.
yeah, I'll go 4, 4, and 4.
Cool.
So it's about.
So
6 p.m.
Hessel's tattoo is done by now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So once I finish that, once that's all done and fresh, I'll put back on my top and stuff, and then kind of try and gather everyone up on top deck, and I will spend the 10 minutes required to ritually cast TM. Water breathing.
Can you
Nice.
cast it on Manibus or does not?
10 willing creatures, so yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if Manibus needs to breathe, but maybe.
Doesn't hurt.
It's an owl at this stage. It does need to breathe. But it's a
Yes.
hand.
Yeah. It's like,
But it's also a spirit.
yeah. So I'll cast it on all of them.
I mean, I don't think that he would
Does that
like
mean-
to be under the water.
Does that mean
but-
Turn the Fae works on Manibus?
Yes.
Depends if it's fair or not.
That's true. It's not.
And the way that
That's true.
Hessel
Depends on type
the
of
way that
spirit.
Hessel does it, and it's this kind of strange fashion where he will get some water, and he will he'll be like ritually casting on the water, and then just hands the cup around to everyone just
Cool.
to drink from the
Salt
cup.
water or regular water?
Probably regular water.
Okay, cool, thanks.
But
There are only
yeah.
3 choices.
So it's either a bowl or a cup or something like that, and just kind of hand it around to everyone, and everyone that drinks from it can now breathe underwater for 24 hours.
There are 3 choices for Find Familiar, and I can turn 2 of them.
For reference, that's what a keel was.
Oh, fantastic! Good.
Nice.
Show the camera. So
Sweet.
no
Yeah.
one to really understand.
Yeah.
They can't see.
Okay.
So there's not really a...
See, because I was imagining it like a sailboat with the cabin at like the front part. So okay.
No, there's not really any lower deck. It's just one deck. I don't know where I steer it from, or any of that, or where the helm
It's
is, because there's
fantasy.
nothing.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a weird hybrid between
A sailboat and
a sailboat and a fighting longship.
Well, the thing is,
Well, long-
It's
Longships
called
have sails-
It's
longships
called
have
a
sails as
sailboat.
well,
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
cross between a keelboat and a sailboat.
on
It's
top
a
of the
sailboat,
on
yeah.
top of the aft, there'd probably be a ladder going up to there, and they're like,
There you go.
maybe that's
That
true.
works.
Top of there, because you
And
usually
there's not
control
as
it
many
from a higher
oars.
point. Yeah.
That works.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Cool.
After that, did you have something that you wanted?
I'm
We
actually
should
thinking
do-
maybe we should save spells. I was wanting you to maybe send to somebody, but I think maybe it might be good for you to save
Is it
things
going
until the way
dark?
back.
It is starting to, yeah.
Well, it doesn't. I can recover some of my spells during the day, and sending is one that I can do that. And plus, with this nifty little thing, and I pull out Notice Wand, I could effectively do it for free. I think. Not Notice Wand. Sorry,
Silas's wand.
I have Notice Wand still.
I was going to say that's dropping some lore
Like,
bombs.
so this is like this one that I have here. This is Notice Wand. This is the one that Hessel used to cast with.
Yeah.
Which he took from the body. But no, Silas's wand is the one that I'm currently attuned to and using. So with Silas's wand, I can.
Time of day is it now? Is it
6 p.m.
It's yeah.
Sun's
Sun setting.
Send us. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Not to Hulk out.
Well,
Mason goes to sleep.
I'll wait.
Okay.
Um,
all right.
because if I die down there, then there's no point.
I don't think we're doing anything tonight.
Oh, I thought we were.
Well, I guess it depends, really.
I thought.
It depends how much distance we make. We're going to have to go over the maps again and see, where we think we are.
Should be easier once the sun goes down as well.
Right.
Man, we should have just rented an ocean map thing. There's maps of oceans, right?
Yeah, it's just all blue.
Yeah, it's not much more accurate than what we have here. Effectively, we have a region of the sea in which Issa believes my
And how are we supposed to figure it
family
out
settlement.
where we are?
That's
currently?
where the stars come in, and
We can get an idea, but it's
Yes.
how accurate that Issa left is.
Yep.
Is
unfortunately we can't do any forms of triangulation or anything else because there are no other markers.
a little bit of
per se.
guesswork here.
So,
So the plan is that we try and figure out that spot as best as we can and go there in the morning, or are we going tonight?
Night diving might not be great. Well, who knows? If it is still a settlement, if there is still a civilization there, we might even be able to see it at night. If there is a glow beneath the waves.
the idea would be to cover as much of the distance to the area as possible now and tonight, and then just drop the sails and float, and drop.
Because it's
drop
12
sea
hours.
anchor.
How many hours have we done so far?
8.
8? Okay.
So it'll be like
Be late
middle of the night
late
by the
night
time
when
we
we
get
get
there. So
Quick question. How do these other tritons feel about ships sailing over their business?
I've never met a Triton in my life.
I guess we'll find out if they're there.
I know nothing about them. I thought I was going to die when I was thrown in the water. So I didn't even really understand that they were an aquatic species.
I see.
Yeah. So,
And a delicacy in some parts.
as I
Stop
now,
reminding him that.
as I now know, yes, I will track down the aristocracy.
if they come up and greet us, it means that we've found the right place. So I kind of want to piss them
If
off a little
If
bit.
they come up and attack us, we've also probably found the right place. So.
That's true.
Which is what I kind of what I mean by greet us.
Oh.
Friendly, not friendly.
But yeah, don't be looking to me for navigation because,
Right.
yeah, I don't know what to do.
I can.
You're saying hands on the wheel? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know how it works. I don't know how to get anywhere.
I can assist you where I can with the maps and with a bird's eye view.
Got an idea of how to move on land. It's just haven't done it this far away from
Yeah, not exactly
Land,
easy
but-
without markers per se, but
but you can
the
read
sky's still
stars?
sky's still the same. Should be able to.
right.
I hope.
Just so no one panics, this evening I am going to have to bring out my crew again just to re-establish control over them. I'm going to reset that in the morning and cast a little earlier because the mornings are generally easier, but yes, I'll need to do it again this evening, first of all.
All right.
Good.
Well, if you want, we can stop for dinner at some point. Have some of these rations. These are still from when we went to go and kill Silas, and they're still good.
I got new stuff recently, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, right. I think some of the stuff is still from Gallup, in actual fact. So,
When we first left the bar.
yeah.
You
So,
try and find her just
Wait, have you been not eating your old rations first?
right. Yeah, no, maybe I was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going from the top of the bag.
First in, first out.
Right, yeah, that would be my mistake. Right. I think there's still some scroggin in there.
Cool.
Those aren't chocolate chips. Rat droppings.
Yes.
Still a bag with a note from Mum on it.
Actually, your mother did pack us food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Should probably eat those first.
Tupperware lunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
You chow
true.
down. You take a quick break and you chow down. And with bellies full and smell of sea spray in the air. You continue forward for
Keep
the last day.
going.
Yeah, you continue forward for the last day of the last leg of this journey.
What, fuck, that's will we meant to have an encounter roll as well with my wither roll?
No,
Okay.
it cleared up, so there was no encounter there.
You guys are welcome to go to sleep. I'm fine continuing on.
I'm good. I'm good for now, but if
Guide us in before we...
yes, and I will try and help you with that as best I can. I'm going to try and do a little bit of study, some more on that. That scroll, the wish scroll.
Yep.
Being careful with that, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm close. I feel like I'm close to something. Understanding it, breaking down what might be different about it. So,
And that is a good thing to fully understand.
well, I think so. It's potentially
I've looked at hanging lanterns as well.
a wild source of magical power. In a pinch, the scroll could be used to undo great calamity, or well, there's a lot that can be done with it. But understanding,
Hands it's in,
understanding what's wrong with it first of all is good. But yes, would never want this to leave our hands into anyone else's,
especially this one.
especially this one.
Yeah, if
Specifically,
you can understand what's wrong with it, that is
yes. Right. Well,
a good thing.
I might get back to that then.
So, you don't think that we're going to be casting spells tonight?
There's no way to tell. But I have, well, I don't want to brag, but I've gotten a lot more powerful than I used to be. I have a lot of capability, and I've only cast a rope trick today, so
It's a lot harder for some random brigand to walk up on us here.
that's true.
That is true.
Yes, unless they have gills.
Yes.
Or water acid.
I will be
Sorry, what?
very loud.
He's just kind of like thinking about like the shark, the
Don't worry.
massive shark-like scar that he's got.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
really has like...
Yeah.
The further we get out, the bigger sea life.
There's water acid?
We're on a big boat.
Thing you just encountered.
No, we were downstairs.
Oh, that's right.
We
They
were
were inside.
We were
Yeah.
inside.
Okay.
And Callie just mentioned water acid, so Felix like...
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
Chemistry, that doesn't make any sense.
Magic.
There's, like,
D&D.
creatures that just,
Acid
like,
fat.
Well, I mean, I used acid underwater too, and I take out the skeletons because I'll just start doing my re-upping now.
Yep.
You can see there's actually still like a little bit, and there's some parts where I went a little bit too far with the acid there, but yeah. And I will reassert control over them.
Cool.
I've already used the Withering Crowns Animate did to actually create them, so I will just do a regular casting.
Cool. Sweet. So you cast a spell and you reanimate, or assert your dominance over these creatures that are just laying there and you're T-posing over them.
Yep. Fantastic. Good. I will put a few of the just the robes that I've got on them, just so that they're not completely scant.
Cool.
What is it?
Yes.
3 of them?
There's 3 of them. Yeah.
Right, so we're currently at capacity.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So someone give me a weather roll.
All right.
Hessel hasn't done one yet?
A D20.
Yep.
Yep. Here we go. That's a lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. Cool.
number.
The sea gets a bit choppier, but not enough to cause any issues. But I will get someone to roll a D100.
A D100.
Yes. Okay. 50.
Wow. Right in the middle.
Round the dot. Not good, not bad.
Now, is 50 good or is 51 good?
Yeah.
Cool. So
Lightning strikes the bone and it explodes.
Yeah.
So, as you're sort of sailing along, you can see
I'm just saying, in whatever direction I'm told to go in.
as you go in that direction, there are a few clouds up above, and there seems to be it's a freaking gorgeous view because it's empty ocean. All you can see above you is freaking stars, and like there's a bunch of clouds just dotting the skyscape, as it were. But from your perspective, where you are, you can't really see the moon at this stage because it seems to be behind a cloud. At one point, as you're sort of just sailing along, a shape catches your eye on the water, and you sort of start to squint to look towards it.
Aim the boat to not go straight through a shape.
Yep.
Because we don't have a battering ram on the front of this.
Yep. You aim it so you're not going through shape, but as you're making your way there,
Callium.
Yep. You start to look. Yep. So look out. Make a perception check.
Yeah, can I use my spyglass?
Yeah, you can use a spyglass.
Nice.
So if you use a spyglass, you don't even need to really roll because you can now see much closer. It is there's a sort of a long, almost like a rectangular shaped thing on the water. You're looking at it and trying to discern what it is when sort of the cloud that's obscuring the moon sort of parts a little bit, and this beam of moonlight sort of washes over this thing, and you can see it's a box about just over 6 feet
A
tall
coffin?
box.
Looks like cargo.
Okay. Do we want to
Swing by.
haul it on board?
Couldn't hurt. Someone's lost something.
Okay. What do we have to haul it on board
Are there
with?
any like long hook things? Or like those things, the long poles that have hooks that you can pull yourself into shore with. Do they have those?
Grappling hooks?
Well, no, I
No, they're like a sailing
I know you're talking about, like,
thing.
and it's also like a,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
So
used
you
to
can
with fish.
pull
I'll say you got this.
yourself
Fish hook on a stick.
into the dog.
I'll say you've got
I
those.
can't remember what they're called.
Sure.
But
I'll say you got those.
A jerry hook.
Yep. Cool.
Sure.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep. Well, hold on to me so I don't fall overboard, and I'll just
Yep.
go.
It is heavy. As you start to
Hook it.
Yep.
And lift it
Yeah, and you
up.
start to lift it up, and it is pretty heavy, but eventually you manage to haul it onto the deck and just hits the deck. Looking at it, it is about
Sounds
just over 6 foot long rectangular wooden box, and it's immaculately preserved. Like, it's not one of those waterlogged, rotted
Yeah.
mess. It's a long box, and on the top of it, there's a plaque that says Cassius.
Yes. Oh boy. Oh boy.
they're literally called boat hooks.
Divine sense.
Yeah.
Yep. You cast Divine Sense, and there is something undead in here.
Oh,
I was first
snap.
Oh.
Shall I open it?
Well, one moment.
That's
That's all.
Yes. As like Hessel's he's just got was unscrolling the scroll, and he's
Yeah.
How long
scrolls back up.
Would it have been?
I'd say it'd be pretty early on into it.
And he'll pop on back out. Actually, because I've been giving
actually,
the scroll
About
back to you.
halfway in, because
Halfway?
You worked for a while,
Would have been
but-
hours
You're
up.
finishing.
you would have been
Like,
You're done.
yeah.
it'd be like 2 hours in.
Oh,
yeah. This is about 2 hours in. We'll
we'll get to that.
We'll
right?
get to we'll get to
okay.
that.
All right.
But yeah,
Hessel's just dumbfounded for some reason. No,
Yeah.
and I'll pop on back out. Yeah.
There's
Oh,
we've found a box,
nice.
which I think
Cassius.
Cassius is undead and inside this box, maybe.
They look kind of coffin-like.
looking at it, this is almost definitely a coffin.
Yeah, I'll just
Undead.
take out the crown and I'll kind of place it on my head.
Yep.
So this nifty thing, if we damage something once it's bleeding, if it has blood, once it's pretty damaged, I can just destroy it. But maybe it won't come to that.
What if we just ask if it, just knock on it? Because maybe if it's undead, But maybe it's like a vampire or something.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna take out the bag of holding and I'm just gonna flip it like inside out.
I don't know about, to be honest, catch and release.
I imagine like the three just kind of like
Yeah, they're just like
crawl out,
Really
Yeah.
want to fuck.
stand up, and I say, the three of you, two of you go over there, one of you go over there.
I'm gonna
Curious.
back up a little bit, but I
Ready-
am very curious as
Ready
well.
your bows. Fire
just-
on my command.
Does it look like it's a hinged box, or is it coffin nailed shut box?
Coffin nailed shut box. The funny thing, no nails. Like it's somehow sealed atop this.
Do I see like cracks where I could get like a crowbar in between? Because I have a crowbar.
Make an investigation check.
I'm going to.
Also, how old does
I
this
did
look?
It looks.
I was gonna
It
take-
looks
I'm just
pretty
gonna
new.
dispel.
Like it
Like
hasn't been underground or...
yeah.
I could spend 10 minutes ritual
By the way,
casting
don't worry, probably-
detect magic, but I'm just going to take a chance.
It's an investigation check to see if you can find
What?
some cracks.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a chance and cast at level 3 Dispel Magic. So I take up my wand and I place
Yep.
it down on the box.
15.
15.
Yes.
Okay, so
Sorry, detect
before you
magic or
cast,
dispel magic?
yeah.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah,
dispel.
before you cast
Yeah.
Dispel Magic, what you do notice is, like, while you're looking for these seams, you can't see any seams, but you do notice carved into this this box. There are runes.
There are runes on here.
Don't cast anything on it yet.
Like, what kind of...
Can you read?
Is it language runes, or is it...
Arcane runes.
Okay, that's right.
Anything that looks familiar?
Could I? Because that's actually an effective
Make an Arcana check.
I'm going to try and use an Arcana check to determine what the purpose of the
They're
runes are.
bad.
Oh my god, that's cocked.
10.
Okay, that is better. That's 18 plus 8.
better?
It was between a 14 and a 1 before.
Yeah, these are some sort of ward.
Yeah.
These are warding runes.
Why don't we
Right.
just chuck it back in?
Do you yes. I think so.
But I mean, what? Okay.
What
think of
could
it this
go
way.
wrong?
Think of it this way.
I'm just like knocking on the wood.
Maybe we do try to communicate first before damning whatever
That's true.
is in here.
Maybe it's like a good guy who's been sealed away
about to say
in a
Caduceus.
coffin.
It could be.
Cassius.
Cassius.
I think it's worth trying.
Cassius.
Can you hear us? And I'll just kind of on the box.
What are the runes for?
They're a ward of some kind.
A ward to
Yeah,
keep something
that-
in, or a ward
it
to keep
in or
stuff out?
out.
It's hard to know.
But if it's a ward to keep it shut, it should probably stay shut.
Just drifting out here at sea.
I mean,
Maybe someone's looking for it.
I think if we aren't going to throw it overboard, I feel like opening it would be the right thing to do rather than just leaving it unopened while we rest and
Yes.
Yeah, we're having a conversation about it, but right now, I want to throw it back because this is some spoopy shit.
that could be a good idea, but... So,
Ophelia takes out her
So
book of
curious.
minor nobility.
is there any other identifiable markings on this box other than runes and the name? Nope.
Yeah, I'm looking for Cassius in the book of minor nobility.
There are two
my gosh.
Cassius referred to in the book.
Yeah.
There's one called Cassius Thane,
Sick.
and the Thane spelled Thegn.
Sorry, one more time.
Thegn.
Yep.
H. So, H.
Yep. So Cassius Thane, who was a governor of some sort in the sort of Galdem area. And the other reference to Cassius is the Cassius family, who again, they were minor nobility in the sense that they were some sort of they were like mayors or something of that sort.
Lords.
Lords, yeah.
Has
They
this
own a head
book
and a whole bunch
finally
of.
paid off?
There's something in here that's maybe useful.
Now you want to open it too. God damn it. I'm the only voice of reason.
So has anyone...
It's crazy when Mason's the voice of reason.
It's not that I want to open it. I'm just...
Do you think it could be whatever's in here? If it is someone bad, do you think they're worse than Silas?
That's true. My
What do you
fear.
want to find out?
My
Off the
fear
head?
Hey, remember
is
how we had a an army? to
And a
fight?
dragon?
Yeah.
my fear is if I was locked in a box, lost at sea. I wouldn't want that.
I'm not putting your name on the box, though.
No. I know, I realise that. But if you have a name on the box that seems self-imposed almost, maybe they were travelling, maybe their ship sunk, maybe they've been aloft for I don't know.
Yeah, but like, who living is undead? No one.
It might not be
It's kind of the point.
If there's something undead in there may be something living in there as well. Can you detect living creatures? Some. There very well could be something undead in there. Very well. It could be a small hand.
Something undead.
But there could also be someone in there.
There's a creature, an undead creature. I only know creatures.
There are ways to...
I can't do anything with this box anyway. I'm gonna go back to steering the ship.
Yeah, you walk off and fucking do it.
You guys roll the brains.
Is there
You make a
anything-
good decision.
In the book about the Cassius family, like anything that goes into any more detail.
I
They're all
mean,
vampires.
Yeah, like
they owned a series of farms, effectively, outside of the borough on the Sudgarian side.
so close to this zone.
They owned a few farms. Their chief export was cattle. I don't know.
Sand cattle.
Yes, sand cattle.
Yes.
Saddle.
Cows eat sand.
Yeah. Yeah.
These
These were hybrid cattle that were
Yes.
like.
Half lizard, half cow.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
Then
sand
they got-
shark and cow, but you know,
It's like, then they got free when the family left, and that's what we saw diving through the sandstones.
yeah, there you go.
After 1,000 years, they got bigger.
Yeah,
Oh god, we saw one of them. That's why no one ventures into the Sid, because of the sand cows.
yeah.
But it's too embarrassing to actually say that.
It's like
so
Tremors and Dune just
Yeah.
horribly fused.
I tell you what, just to be certain, I can
Come on, go
I can
ahead,
cast
Sam, I'll
Identify
fuck with
on the coffin and see exactly what's affecting it.
that's a good plan.
Good idea.
Because if we throw this back into the ocean,
Someone
and
else might
then
find
someone else might find it, and
That's true. Maybe we're the best people to open this. And I place my hand
not.
on it,
Yeah.
and I will start casting Identify.
Yeah.
Ritually.
Cool. You start casting Identify.
Just have like that little pearl ring on my finger just kind of twirling around.
Cool. You cast Identify, and the spell that's cast on here, the spell's Arcane Lock.
It's fucking locked shut.
I don't.
I can...
Like usually you would cast it's a bit of a modified version of it in the
Yes.
sense because it's usually cast on a lock
Yes.
or a door.
Yeah.
But this seems to
Coffin
be
lid's a door.
Everything's door.
hinges.
yeah.
I mean,
No, don't.
anything's a door.
Yeah.
On
So
the inside.
it seems to be
Sliding door.
cast on the
Yes.
lid itself, so it's a bit of a modified version of it.
Okay, don't open it.
Am I aware of what level Arcane Lock is?
Yeah. Your Arcana check was high enough.
Roku
yeah.
cast it.
Yep. Arcane Lock
Oh,
was
right.
first level
So
spell, I
just
believe.
spell magic
Second
would
level.
be enough to do it, right? Yeah.
As long
Yes.
as it's not upcast hardly.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does seem-
Yeah, so I do explain that it's an arcane lock of some kind. So I can dispel it.
I feel like it's locked for a reason.
Yep,
I
that's
don't-
true.
So tempting.
I love this.
He's not getting my bedroll.
I know.
I think he's probably slept
just-
long enough to be.
I feel like it could possibly be, from the Cassius family or this Cassius Thane person, or it could be someone completely different. But I feel like
If there's a chance, it's
just
someone
leaving
else.
it floating feels bad, but also opening it feels bad. So
I feel like
Kelly,
Is it-
I
if
think
there's a
like you're
chance-
onto something.
if there's a chance that someone hasn't been sealed away for evil reasons, then letting them out's good.
And,
If
and, and
they
also,
have,
yeah,
then and some other idiot finds it instead of us.
yeah,
And
precisely. I think you're onto something there, Kelly.
Are we the best people to unleash an unspeakable evil on the world?
If it-
Probably.
Well, if it's evil and it kills us in the middle of the ocean, it's still in the middle of the ocean.
Do you have the ability to, I don't know how you'd put it, detect good and evil?
No more than the knowing it's undead.
Right. Okay, of course. Intent and all that, moral ambiguity. Right. Well,
No, that kind of thing I think went away several variations of the universe ago.
right, of course, yes. Okay, so,
Similar missions.
Just one thing. Just in case, I'm
the
going
skeletons are all just like,
ruin
Well,
bowstrings.
they're not-
oh, yeah.
They're not fatigued.
It's more like the bowstrings just like, we're not meant to be the taut for this long.
They can
Just before
Yeah,
you doing,
black
I'm
as well.
going to just quickly do my creating a rune, basically. So I'm going to mage armor on myself.
Yep.
And
Quicken spell.
yeah, quicken spell.
And me?
Yeah, I'll quicken
like it.
spell mage armor onto Mason.
Sweet.
And so I have a rune, and then I'm going to use that rune to do
Yeah.
manifest inscriptions, which
Okay.
I can reveal hidden glyphs and enchantments that surround me. So any hidden magical marks, runes, wards, or glyphs within 15 feet of me will reveal themselves with a glow for 1 round.
Yep.
Is there anything that says danger, do not open?
Not at all.
All right.
The only thing is the arcane lock.
arcane glyphs, right.
Balls!
Right, I think Callion's correct. I feel like we probably are the best to open this at this
Are we
stage.
going to do it right now?
Why not?
So,
Better than trying to sleep with it.
Exactly.
no one's wanting to sleep with it.
If it is an entity and they show no sign of recognition, anything, if it just seems to be a body, I say we let the body drift. We set that out. Or I could keep it in the bag of hope. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
No, it's going back. It is going back.
Okay,
That is where I put my foot down.
here we go. All right.
Oh, okay, we're doing this. I'll just back away.
Yeah, you back away. All good.
Weapon
And
out,
I'm-
just in
Yep.
case.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah. Here's right. Here's next to it.
Holding the
Yeah.
The crown.
No.
The crown is on.
His weapon's out.
At the wheel.
And
The wheel.
dispel magic.
The fuck this,
Cool.
I'm just driving.
You cast a spell magic, and you feel your magic sort of counteract that of this arcane lock and just dispel it.
All right.
This must not have been that big of a...
Deal.
It dispels.
Or I'm just really good at undoing spells.
This is helping your ego.
It dispels the lock.
Wayne
Nothing happens.
Just use your spear and just go.
Just be a lot. Push the
You slowly push the lid. There's definitely something in here. You push it a bit further, and immediately a white tentacle just
Tentacle.
Oh
Yep,
my god, okay.
shoots
As
out.
you said that, the handle that was attached to this just touched my leg. I was like, fuck!
This is 4D D&D.
4D.
Yeah, this white
D&D.
Yeah, this white tentacle just shoots out of there and just like along the side of this
It's an
coffin.
undead
Wait. We come in peace. We're here to help.
Another tentacle just
Hold. I'm just like talking to the skeletons.
another one.
Take a
Cassius?
step back.
This is
Yeah.
DJ Khaled.
You step
Another one.
Yeah.
you step back and from that little bit that you'd opened, slowly you see an albino octopus.
Oh, I love
And
him!
as it's crawling out, I'll divine sense again to see if the octopus is the
It
undead.
is undead.
Yeah.
And it just like onto the
That's the undead thing.
Hang on, wait. I can talk to sea creatures. I mean you no harm. I'm your friend. I swear by it.
It sort of
We don't mean
turns
to.
towards you.
Are you Cassius? Have you been
Can they talk back to you?
polymorphed? No, they can understand.
Right.
It's like pheromones, but just for fish.
Right.
Yeah.
You're Aquaman.
That's me. Pheromones for fish. Yeah.
Octopuses,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
are one of the most intelligent species
That is very true.
It's true. Yeah.
in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether or not they lose all of that when they
Yeah,
die.
like you're looking at this thing,
They felt
and it
like
is
my,
like
like, couple
it's not
parts and brains
usually
and
like
stuff.
when you're looking octopus,
Yeah.
octopi.
Yeah. Octopi.
They tend to be like slimy. This one
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah.
It's been in this box for a while,
Yeah.
Nobody.
and it's just currently just flopped onto the deck.
I've kind of just like I take my wands and I just kind of
Yeah,
put it back in.
and sort of like
sheath.
its tentacle just like reaches out towards you, and then it sort of slowly makes its way towards you in your direction.
I kind of like motion to my skeletons to kind of just like
Yep.
flank behind me,
Tap
like
once,
bones
tap once,
out.
yes, tap twice
Yep.
for no.
I'm gonna try and see if I can make a connection. And kind of reach out and touch the tentacle.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm an idiot.
What?
I can't speak with animals.
Like just
Yeah.
Hazel's having like this ghost moment.
You're reaching out.
You're just like slaps the hand away and you're like, wait.
You reach out to touch the tentacle, and it just like it sort of reaches up,
Yeah.
and so just like wraps around your hand.
Yeah.
Sort of its tip resting there,
This is how Hazel lost his hand.
and
It's okay, you can have next. You've got an extra one as long as you left hand. Or right hand.
and
We're gonna OA this.
oh, hold on,
Oh, yeah.
advantage because you are unaware. Cool. You feel a prick
Oh,
on the underside of your hand. Not enough to do damage, but you feel a prick,
I don't like that.
no, I don't like that.
and there's a weird sensation. And you sort of, as you turn your hand over, you can see where where the end of its tentacles are resting. It seems to have pierced right into the vein, and it seems to be
What? So it's
sucking blood.
Okay, no, it's okay. I'm like, what? Wait.
And like it's
Yeah.
sort of albino skin. You can see whatever color your blood is.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, so it's like it's
Yep.
a blue. I think it's like a dark blue.
it's
Yeah.
like you can start to see these
Vampire
bluish veins start to form on the. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. I'm saying to the others, I'm like, wait.
And
It's
in
okay.
case that's happening, as a sort of cast speak with animals, I'm saying,
Yeah.
what do you want?
Okay.
Feed.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Hungry.
That's gonna be a 15.
15. Give me a second. I need to.
This is not how I expected the night to go.
If anyone had predicted undead octopus, I would have been.
On your
Vampire
cards at home,
octopus.
who had it? I know there's one of you that had it.
Vampire octopi.
Cross that off your bingo card for ritual cast.
Octopi.
Octopi.
Oh God, octopi.
This is one of Vecna's many forms.
Yes, there's
The octopi.
octopi. Yeah.
I feel like somewhere out there, Ro is just like,
I left you guys not even one day.
palpitate.
I left you this morning.
Yeah. You this thing seems to keep drinking, and you for a second feel a bit odd, but you shrug it off. You chalk it up to just your blood being drained.
Yeah,
So, maybe you should not let it suck your blood.
it's okay. Thing's hungry. It probably hasn't had anything to eat in a long, long while.
Very hungry.
How long do you?
Speaking to it.
How long do you let it?
Until I start to feel really faint.
Okay, cool.
Or until I, depends what it says next.
Yeah.
So, yes. And after that was my next question. After you feed.
Leave.
Where to? Sorry, I can't hear it.
You can't.
Yeah.
I know, I see.
Can you communicate with it?
Yes.
If you're letting it get all the way to where you get faint,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make 2 more con saves for me.
Dude, it's gonna make you
How long is that gonna take?
I say, ask it if it knows where any Triton settlements are, if it knows where we are in relation to them. Anything that could help. 2 more con saves?
2 more con saves.
Okay.
How long does it take him to get to that point?
Ooh, yikes! That's
a while.
10?
But, okay.
10 on the first one, and on
We
the
might
second
not let
one.
it get that
Yeah,
far.
I think if I see Hessel going paler, I'm probably gonna stop this.
14.
Cool. All right. Yeah. That's all right. You start to get faint, and
Yeah.
so as you start to sort of pull away, it's gonna make a wisdom save.
Yeah, and I was also going to say, as soon as
Yeah,
I see
it
Hessel
succeeds.
starting to get a little faint,
Yeah, it succeeds. You start to sort of tense up and sort of slightly start to pull back. You see it lingers for a second, but then it just sort of
okay.
and then the tentacle just unwraps.
Why were you in the box?
I was put in the box.
By who?
A man who left the box.
Do you know why? Why was it sealed?
I don't know. And you see this like albino octopus now has like these blue sort of veins just sort of running through it.
Where do you intend to go?
Home.
Where is home?
It sort of, instead of saying anything, you just get you get a mental image of just the ocean.
I'll relay that stuff to... Or I suppose they can hear my side of the conversation, so I'll just share the answer.
Are you part of the Cassius family?
Who is Cassius?
I don't know.
He's not Cassius.
Unless he's been polymorphed. His form's been changed. But that's... There's limits. Unless it's something more...
Prepared for a
Person.
person or a mindless thing.
Yeah.
What do we do with an animal that's...
A vampire thing, also.
Well, I mean, how more dangerous than it is... sorry, I'm very faint. How is it more dangerous than any other octopus in the ocean?
Because it feeds on, you by sucking your blood.
I mean,
Ask if it just drinks human blood or humanoid blood.
I'm here.
I'll ask that question.
I don't know. I was put in here at the start of my new life.
This is fucking baby
Snake.
Cthulhu.
This
thing was, whatever it is now, wasn't that before the box.
If you can give me... If you can convey... If I can get 10 minutes, I can try and identify any magic that might be affecting this creature.
We can pour some water on it if it wants.
Share that.
Cool.
It's very dry.
I'm gonna reach out with that same hand, and I'm just gonna touch it, and I'm just gonna roll up my sleeve a little bit and just start reading out the vocal inscription for
Does
identify.
Does Hessel seem okay? Looking at him?
Yeah,
It's fine.
he seems a bit pale, but other than that,
Just lost a little bit of my blue.
Yeah, other than that, he seems fine.
One more divine sense. Hazel's still fine.
Yeah.
I might let it feed some more.
While
You gonna what?
I might let it feed some more. Just come back down and then offer it.
Okay.
And
If
Hazel seems fine, I'll just...
You know what they say, don't mix your blood, but
Yeah.
you know.
it
It's
immediately
become a
goes.
nice like blue, like
Yeah.
a nice teal.
Yeah, it immediately goes for it, and it starts
Oh,
to.
you have red blood. That's right.
This is
Yeah, it's gonna go kind of
Yeah.
gone brown.
And it starts to feed. Again, how long are you letting it? How long are you letting it feed until you get faint?
Right, blue. Sorry.
Until he's identified, but
Yeah.
if I start to start feeling like faint, sure, but
If you're letting it go for about that long, I'm gonna say give me three con saves.
Oh, nice.
21, 19, 22.
Jesus, Mason.
Fucking good. You got lots of blood on that boy.
I have the same modifier for a con save as Hessel.
You just rolled really good.
Yeah.
while
For a change.
it's feeding and Hassel's identifying,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask it. This new life of yours, what do you intend to do with it? Do you mean harm to anybody? Or do you just wish to be free and feed?
Free and feed.
I too want a free feed.
I'm going to kind of sidle over to the box
Mhm.
and just sort of look a little bit over the side and see if there's anything else in there.
You look in there, and it's what's in there at the moment seems to be a wooden stake, and some broken chains.
Okay, so I think it was a vampire of some kind, and then it got put in there to contain it, and then somehow turned into an octopus. That's the part I don't get.
Well, it was said the other way around. It wasn't a vampire. It was put in the box.
So it's become what it is against its will.
Or what if
Yeah.
there was a vampire in the box, and then somehow a vampire broke free, and then
Grabbed an octopus that was swimming by.
and fed on it to feed itself, and then escaped and sealed the octopus in there.
That seems awfully strange.
I mean, I feel like it makes more sense than like a vampire randomly turning into an octopus.
Turns out the ocean's pretty freaking strange. Acid stuff. You.
I mean, I'm not going to pull away like until after he's identifying. Unless there's something that's like, oh fuck, we're in trouble, or like we realize there's trouble. I'll let him go. I'll let it keep going until I feel like I'm like. Unless I have reason to pull away, I will.
Yeah, and by the time you start feeling faint, that's when you pull away, and he, let's go.
Cool.
I mean, seems like someone made an octopus undead against its will, put it in a box, threw it overboard. It doesn't know what this life is. It's
Just like any creature, then. I want to be sure, though. I'm gonna keep on focusing.
yeah.
Yep.
Can I just
Yeah, you
like,
finish casting Identify, and there are no spells affecting this
No
creature.
spells.
can I just kind of like
Yeah.
take like a knife or whatever and just kind of flip the stake over and like see
Yeah.
if it seems
Is it just like a pile of chains that's in there?
Broken
Manacles?
chains. Yeah, broken chains.
No spells. The only spell.
It's like a comfy-looking coffin, like it's
Yeah, I'm going
lined
to keep
on
that
the
as a
inside.
No, you're not.
I mean, come on.
You are not.
Come
the
on.
aesthetic.
I have to keep that.
You do not.
Well,
You keep that, we will consider you a villain.
You keep that. I'm nailing you in there.
Oh.
all right, Mason.
Didn't know you felt that
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, you two have fun.
Yeah, we're going to have some character growth.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna make some teal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, not teal. This octopus is now a very teal color.
Yeah, why is it
No,
teal?
it's not teal.
Oh no,
because
it's
he has
just
red.
red. Never mind. Never mind.
Purple.
Never
It's
mind.
a nice purple color.
Yeah, it's got most of the purple in its
Yeah.
veins.
Right.
It's
well,
still like albino, but like purple veins.
I wish you all the best in your run life. Whatever finds you. I'm using my my aquatic speech, which is me talking but looking at a octopus.
It sort of like curls up all of its tentacles and like sort of almost like rises as much as it can, and then it like, and then just.
This is weird.
And then it just
Wait,
like.
one more thing. Can you ask him? Ask them.
Also, the stuff about the Trident settlement.
Yes.
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 Oh,
Sorry,
well, I probably won't know it's been in a box, but
Fair.
I'll ask it just in case.
Let's see.
It was an octopus first, maybe it knows.
Yeah. That one.
Oh,
He does not know.
What's a Triton?
It's like it just kind of just like a
I was
weird.
like,
What is an ocean?
yeah, it just. And then just
Actually,
like
that probably
slowly.
works well, because by the time you've finished ritual casting Identify, I can't speak to it anymore.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
All good.
it just slowly off the side of the boat.
Squeezes through the little.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
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 I mean, actually,
Yeah, dude.
Really
Yeah.
tiny, like.
Octopuses are liquid.
Before it's gone, we are happy to let it.
I mean, it seems like it was, it's become what it is against its will. It'll live probably longer than most octopuses will, but I don't see it being more dangerous than anything else in the sea.
We just let the future Kraken go.
You know what though?
Maybe.
It owes us a debt now.
It does. It does owe us a
Just
debt.
remember us in like a good way.
Remember my blood.
Cassius,
Massive tentacle.
coffin, octopus.
Like that one time when you're by the coast and you're just like on the verge of death, this massive fucking tentacle shoots up. It's gonna be great.
The final.
You say
final
that as
battle.
if this octopus isn't going to the very next morning swimming around the surface of the ocean just disintegrate.
If we ever do a campaign too, this is someone's patron.
Yeah. Yes. Oh.
The deep ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ocean water.
Yeah. Well, that was not
So it just squishes over the side.
it's not what I was expecting this evening.
Blood cleric.
No.
I feel pretty whack. But I was nearly finished. I was
Worth it.
like one sigil away from completing that my research on the scroll, so I might just dive back in on that. And
Just before then, can you feel anything else that's bad in the box? Like as in the steak?
It was only the.
It was only the
Okay. Do you think it's safe
Do
for
you
me to
see?
touch that?
Do you see consecrated or desecrated ground?
Yes.
So it's not consecrated or desecrated.
It would be technically desecrated, but it's not ground. That's it.
And pillow.
Yeah, sure.
Just the box
Des-
is desecrated.
yeah, we'll say the box is desecrated.
just to be sure, I'll go and just I'll detect magic. Just have a sniff around, see if there's anything.
Nothing
behind the
else
seals.
magical left
Okay,
behind.
cool. All good. Well, I'm pretty confident that there isn't anything else there, unless we want to have one last look in it. Pull away some of the sides, see if there's anything else hidden in here. But I think it might just
I
be
just kind of
box.
quickly poke the steak. Not on the sharp end.
Nothing. Yeah, it's wood.
I pull it out and I fry it.
That's useful.
It's steak. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's from those ocean cows.
I will just
Cousin to the
slowly
same cow.
pick up the steak.
It's your run-of-the-mill steak.
Well, that's probably one of my weirder experiences, and we've had a few of those.
Yeah.
Do I now turn into a trident?
Yeah, no, you grow gills.
Yes.
Can you guys, if you start growing tentacles or anything, just let us know, okay?
I sure will.
If I start growing tentacles, can you let me know?
Yeah.
Well, I figured you would see them first.
Right. I'm gonna pop back in
One stake.
and just finish this off, and I go back over towards where
Sit down like
Is that last one with a reset? You walk out.
Yeah.
I just my candle's like been burning down.
Yep. Make a Arcana check.
Make an Arcana check. Okay.
Okay.
Can I call Ophelia in to assist me with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just say, just putting together the last few pieces of this.
Okay. I'm just gonna make sure you don't like explode or whatever.
Please do. I'm above you. Please don't.
Okay.
Do make sure he does not explode.
Okay, first one is good. It's decent.
Am I assisting with this?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's got advantage.
So that is going to be a 16 plus 8.
24.
Yeah. You get back there, and the last little element of it that you were working on, as soon as you sort of look at it, sort of standing up, and after sort of clearing your mind, sort of, walking away from it and coming back to it, he's like, that's all this needs.
Yeah.
It needs a binding.
Yeah.
Binding of some sort. Blood, usually, is what comes to mind as a powerful enough binding agent.
Do you say that to me?
Yes.
Maybe don't do that right now because you're kind of low on the blood front.
Oh no, I know. I couldn't cast this to save my life.
No, it's,
to cast
Could.
it's
Wow.
You can try.
Yes, I can try.
It's like you
Yeah.
put all of the pieces together,
Yeah.
and to see the full picture, it needs a binding.
Oh, to see the full picture.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe
right.
wait on that at the moment because you're kind of, still looking a little green around the gills.
Nice. I've already given a bit tonight. What's a little more?
A
A
lot.
lot!
I mean, how much does it need?
You tell me!
Exactly. I don't.
So what if it's
No,
like, I want
for
to take
sure.
like a couple of pints and then you're just gone?
I feel all right. I've felt worse before.
No.
I've certainly felt worse before.
Cool, but maybe just wait on this one until you've, had some orange juice or something.
I'll give it an hour. I'll have a breather.
Biscuit after giving blood.
If you use Ophelia's blood, does it count as twice as much blood?
I think that'll do some interesting things. Well, let's not do that.
I'll give it an hour. I'll just have a breather and see if I feel all right after.
So the blood is to understand it?
So yes, to understand the full picture of what's being obstructed, what's being hidden here. It's physically the scroll itself needs the blood for me to be able to put this together. And Hazel does take out the bloated orca notebook, which is what he's been using to kind of write down all his notes in. And he kind of shows Ophelia, and it kind of looks like the scrollings of a madman. I'm guessing.
Absolutely. When you look at it, it makes no sense to you.
Yeah.
Like it's like someone just writing a whole heap of like math equations that make no sense.
And
One
it is
plus one
different.
equals
It is.
seven.
It is different
More
from usual
like
wizard.
1 + 1 equals the sine of the logarithmic differential of blah blah blah.
Okay, now I understand
Equals a drawing of an octopus.
usual wizardry and the
like it.
runes and all that. I've seen that before.
Yeah,
I've
so
seen
you
what
can-
normal
Yeah, and
wizard
this is
equations look
these
like.
are normal. These are using the same alphabet, so to speak. It just doesn't make sense. It's like looking at math and like 1 + 1 = 7. That's that's not right, but it seems to make.
Do
yeah.
I?
Well, yeah. Like, as someone who's sort of studied this sort of stuff as a scribe, like looking at these equations, they are nonsense.
So does this make sense to you already? In any way?
Absolutely.
Yes, it's like I'm at the precipice of a great abyss. I just need to just that little.
This is not making me feel any better about it. What he's saying, I would like to insight check Hessel and the situation, basically.
Sure.
19.
He seems to.
Seems
he
sane.
Yeah, seems to be on the oven up. Like,
Before-
you've seen Hessel do weird shit before. This
Well,
is just
yes.
more of that.
Yeah.
Doesn't justify it though.
Hazel just gave his blood to an octopus. Before you do anything, hey, Callian,
Yeah,
He's a voice of
can
reason.
you come here for a second?
sure.
Callian is bad, is it?
Can you tell me if this scroll has any ill intent?
We've done that before.
I don't remember if we have.
Do it again.
You might have done. I don't remember.
I don't know. I'll do it again just in case.
Divine Sense?
Yeah.
It's a scroll.
I mean, yeah. It's not desecrated scroll.
Yeah, no, it's a scroll.
I'm gonna
Scroll.
I'm gonna start taking a long rest
Just to know.
to try and recover some of my
Long rest or short rest?
no short rest. Did I say
You said long rest.
Oh, I'm gonna start a short
You said
rest.
a long rest. I
Go
was
to
like,
sleep.
oh, okay.
Just go to sleep.
Just go to sleep, dude. We'll do it in the morning.
No, tomorrow might be home days, so
So then
Wanna
we'll
be
do the
fresh.
scroll another day.
I want to be fresh.
Cool. Yeah. And with that, you sort of like begrudgingly put the scroll and all of the paraphernalia that you've been using away.
It's like he's an addict.
Yeah.
Puts his wish scroll paraphernalia away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hand it back over to Ophelia for now.
Yeah.
Wish.
I'm just kind of, I'll just kind of like hold it and do it and just like look at it.
How did that last bit of research go?
I'll just kind of stick my head out. Apparently needs blood. It's just kind of night forward, I guess.
What for? It's a scroll.
I know.
You need the blood as a
Casting it.
binding. It's an agent that's used to effectively crystallize my understanding of the formula
have
that
to
I'm
be
looking
your
at
blood.
the moment.
Yeah, I ain't about that.
Not. You're not casting the spell.
No, I'm not casting spell. No. This is just to get an understanding of
Usually,
what's wrong, rather than. Usually, what I would do is just inscribe a spell onto my body. I would not put this on my body without understanding what it is.
The word that you said there, binding.
Binding. Yes.
Yeah, that's the bit that kind of makes it not okay. Makes it feel not okay because you already said that
Yeah.
like this is like ridiculously super powerful
Yeah.
and that it's fucked up and evil. And now you've got to bind yourself to it.
Well, I mean, it's not so
What
much.
part of that sounds like a good idea?
It's not binding me so much.
how do you know?
You said
It's-
the words binding and your blood.
Well, it doesn't have to be.
Last
my
time you were
blood.
bound by blood, we were in a
That's true.
Contract.
very expensive contract.
Yep. The other option is
You take a fish and just kind of.
exactly.
I feel like we've sated your curiosity enough for tonight. Can we do this like when we're back on land and not in the middle of the ocean? So if something goes wrong, we can get help from people that are like stronger than we are.
I do like that idea.
I'm holding the scroll.
Okay.
Because Hessel gave it to me. Hessel, I'm sorry, but this just. I know that we just released an undead octopus from a sealed coffin and all that, but it feels like we've exhausted our stupid for the night.
Maybe this is something we can do.
I want that on a shirt. We've exhausted our
Maybe this is something we can do when
It's all about perspectives.
when Issa comes to pick us up for the circle.
We haven't shown it to Asa yet, have we?
No.
No, and I don't intend to.
But if
Why?
something goes magically wrong, having someone of his kind of knowledge might be.
Yes.
That's
Or
fair.
At least
Very
being able
handy.
to get to us. Like I'm not confident that he could get to us out here.
Yeah, also true.
Right. Well, I guess I'll leave it for now then.
I put the scroll in the bag of holding.
It is in the bag of holding.
The bag of holding's on me.
Yep.
I might turn in then.
Not a bad idea.
Call it a night.
I'm just gonna kind of like. Your hands, both of you. You guys are. Do they like have they sealed over or?
Yeah, well, it was just a it wasn't
Yeah.
like a it wasn't
Gouge.
yeah, it
It's
wasn't
a
like a
single
gouge.
fang.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
single fang in the end of its.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that mean it has 8 fangs? Because that's terrifying.
Octopuses technically have beaks, so
mean,
That's
this was
more
its
terrifying.
tentacle, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that puppies actually don't have 8 tentacles? They have arms and they only have like 1 tentacle or something. This is the whole thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
7 arms and a tentacle.
it's like squids and yeah. There's this whole
Love that
complicated
show when I was a
shit.
kid.
Right.
Anyway,
Is this Marchand?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's some weird shit going on with my hands, but it was not the octopus.
You look at his hands and you see the maze patterns.
What? Like, while I was up there, like, steering the ship, I might have, like, seen to, like, see if anything had happened to the maze pattern, like, while I was going.
Yeah,
They're trying to complete the maze.
I'd say.
you know those little things that
like,
stick around?
No, but like when you look at it, it almost seems different every time, but it's hard to tell because it's so intricate.
Maze.
Yeah, very, very intricate maze. But yeah, when you flex, you definitely see something shift.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Huh. So, you're aware of items leaving marks on people once they're...
I'm kind of looking at the crown that's still on top of my head. Not really, no. I mean, I suppose it's possible.
Let's keep an eye on
Again,
that.
this is a key that was forged from the blood of 12 thieves.
12 master thieves.
Master thieves. Which means that even who caught them were master detectives.
They were masters at baiting.
Yes, exactly. Precisely that. These master baiters captured these thieves and, in turn,
I hate it.
had them hung.
You did this.
I hate it.
These, yeah.
I need a collection of things here just to throw at people. Because
Probably.
but there has been like at least 3 occasions today alone that I've needed to throw things at people.
Fling dice here.
Yeah, I think,
They were hung by master baiters.
yeah.
When you're quite done.
Well done.
So, yeah, I mean, it's if that is true, if this this is vision, for lack of a better word, that I saw is true, then it's something of
Directions?
great power. And also, considering how badly the Oath Keepers wanted it, I mean...
Mason, give me your arm for a second.
The one with or without the hole.
Just one of the, doesn't matter. I'm gonna just kind of move his arm in direction like this, kind of, and see if
I'll allow
it's like a compass. Yeah, no, it's just like
It does.
like a compass, and that the map
Make an investigation check.
changes.
What map? What?
The maze.
You're just a
Oh.
projection of a... That's cool.
Yeah. 15 plus. It's only 17, but not only 17.
You move his hands around, and one thing that you notice as sort of looking at it closely, the end where the tattoo ends, it's all dead ends, all walls. There's no exit to this maze, and you're, as you sort of move it back and forth, at one point when you're pointing in a specific, I will tell you the direction
Land.
shortly. Yeah, back towards land. You see a exit appear on it.
This is directions. See? And I like point at the little exit.
That's fucking weird.
And does it like shift as like you're moving, like the exit's tracking almost in a way?
No.
No, it's like Mason's arms are overlaid over a map.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
It's
That's
like a
just
compass.
projector
Yeah.
onto his arms.
That.
So that's.
So I
Maybe-
theoretically would go like this and it would be on one, and then I'd go like that and it would be on the other arm.
So maybe that's directions to.
That's...
Whatever it's meant to open, or whatever they wanted to open it.
Well, you said you had this vision.
Yes.
And you've been talking about visions of doors and whatnot.
I haven't had other visions of doors, and I have seen this vision as well.
You've seen...
Yeah. And I sat with it for an hour.
What direction is Boxmoor from here?
All of Halagia is east.
Yes.
We are
Everything.
sailing.
So that, yeah. So
Well,
as you're
looking at
pointing
the
east,
stars
that's where
and
it is.
stuff, would Callan be able to tell me what, like, proper direction?
It's all in that direction at the moment.
it's
and that is
Yeah.
where the...
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
like, yeah.
It's not pointing out into the ocean.
No, it's
Okay.
pointing out
We were
towards
always on
Halagia.
the farthest west side of Halagia, so we've just kept going west. So
That'll
I
be-
wonder if it'll get bigger if you get closer, as in the maps
The
will-
exit?
Yeah.
the number of dead
It's
ends.
also
were in.
something when we go north to see if it still points the same direction.
True.
If the map's the same no matter where we are, or if the changes based on.
Yes.
That's really interesting.
That is very interesting.
Lots of interesting things happening tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Weird day. If you're sure you're okay tonight to carry on for a while.
Yeah.
If you do need anything, wake me. I'm gonna put the bones to bed for
Maybe
now.
maybe
Good.
one of us can also be on watch or something, just in case
Oh.
something happens to you.
I could
Yeah,
stay
for a
up.
while longer.
Okay, so
Gotta
Matibus will be up top as well. If he sees anything out in the dark, he'll screech out, "Won't you?"
Stay up.
And just kind of shout at them. Yeah. Right.
About
You,
if we
you know.
if for about 2 hours into this leg, it's about midnight at this point.
Right.
yeah,
No, it's
how
about
are we
8
gonna
o'clock.
No,
get to
no.
We had dinner and then started
Oh,
the
yeah.
ship.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. It
it's
was
about 8
8
o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that after last week. Yeah, 8 o'clock.
I'm gonna go throw myself in one of the beds for now. And then as I kind of get there, I'm like, "Oh, what did you want to do with that coffin?"
Oh yeah.
Let's
Let's take the chains out of it.
The broken chains.
Oh, they're broken.
Yeah.
All of the links, or
Oh no, not all of the links are broken, but there's like very you probably have
Short
those
pieces.
short pieces. Yeah.
I have kept the steak.
I mean, I'll take the broken stuff and check it on the footlocker of the
Yeah. Sorry.
in the cabin.
Do we want to peel back any of the cushioning before we throw it back in? Maybe there's gold in it.
I'll give that a run around with my knife, and I'll go and I'll just kind of like just search around the outside.
It's just cushioning.
Okay.
All right. No, we're good. Right. You three. Let's get that overboard.
You're
And they
talking
just-
to us three.
Yeah, and then just they get the skeletons just
Yeah.
Lift it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a meter high.
Yeah, they get to the end and then they lift
I'm
it.
like,
and
what? No, lift with your legs. You don't want to do your spine in. You've only got one of those for now.
For now.
I was picturing one of them just bends over and makes a ramp.
Yeah.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
Huh.
Being trapped in that for a lifetime is a fate far worse than death. For a creature, even if it appears to be evil.
I don't think it was evil. Well, hasn't had a chance to be good or evil.
No,
What
I
is mentioned.
Well, it stopped when you pulled away, at least. So it wasn't
That is
just
true.
like, well,
it's no more evil than those fucking seagulls back at the burrow.
Oh, no, those are definitely evil.
No, they're definitely evil, yes. Right,
Chaotic evil.
I don't know if it really changes its nature
Yeah.
as an animal, really, does it?
no.
It still wants to be free and feed, just like any other animal.
Yeah.
It's just slightly
Slightly,
more dangerous.
I suppose.
Oh, did you want me to do something for you before I go to sleep?
No, I think I'll save it for the journey back.
Okay. If you're sure.
Yeah, no, you're super pale still. It's alright.
Right, I'll head in. I'm happy to swap out off the bed as well.
Yeah.
If,
I'll take the other bed, and then you can wake one of us up. When you're done with watch or whatever.
cool. And with that, you all bed down for the night. Oh, those that you do, you arrive at where you assume the spot that was marked
Yeah.
was.
That'll be the
first.
first
Yeah,
2 hours of
Yep.
my watches trying to help guide us.
Yeah, you manage to arrive at this place, and it's just an open expanse of water. You're in the middle of the ocean. You have, I mean, at this stage, how far away you are, the only bit of Halaja that you can see is sort of just off in the distance. Yep.
An octopus
Well,
only
nothing,
lives for
'cause it's
3 to 5
dark.
years.
Yep. Well, yeah. And yeah, it's but it's calm in a way. Like all you can hear is just the movements of the ocean under you, the creaking of the boat, it's the weather's not bad. You can hear the wind. And yeah, eventually, those of you that do sleep, sleep takes you, and we will take our first break. All right, so the night has passed, and you all have woken up the next morning.
Oh, my
10.
Temporary hit points are gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mason's mum's temporary hit points are gone.
no.
those are gone.
For all of you.
True.
I think feeling probably fine, mostly fine. Mason, Hessel, you're a bit woozy from losing a lot of blood. You come up to the deck,
Internal
and it's
damage
a
heals, just like external damage.
it's a very sunny morning, and Hessel, the fucking light stings your eyes, dude.
That's real.
It's
bright.
way too bright.
I leave my second eyelids open. No.
Yeah, it's way too bright. It's way too bright. The sun almost irritates your skin. It's not fun.
Did you roll badly on one of those saves?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it!
Hassel's just gonna.
You left the roll?
I'm just going to.
Yeah.
Just kind of like crack my neck a little bit, be like, oh, just feeling pretty
Neck
terrible
again.
terrible in general. I haven't spent, this much time like on deck.
Mhm.
I did a lot of below deck stuff
Yeah.
when we were traveling over. So maybe it's just that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and
Just really
find somewhere that's a little bit more in the shade, and I will pull out my 3 dead, and
In the cabin.
I will use the. I did actually take the crown off when I went to sleep. Put it back in the bag of holding. But I'm gonna put it on, and I'm going to use its casting of animate dead to reassert my control over these 3, resetting the time to be the morning, just because that's better.
Good morning to you too.
Oh, hi.
Are you just like
Jesus,
sprinting?
I didn't see you moving. I thought you were just part of the ship.
Part of the
Thanks.
ship.
Did you were up there all night?
Uh-huh.
Damn. You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You got a little exhaustion.
Yeah, I got it. A bit
We both
tired,
look
but I'll be okay.
Kinda bad, no offense.
Just feel a little worn today. It's very bright. It kind of feels like when I've had too many something strongs, but like a little bit worse than that. Yeah.
I think it's like the blood loss, or
I think maybe. So maybe you were onto something about the
Ophelia's talking way too loudly.
yeah.
Lord.
Just head bad.
That look.
I see how it is.
I mean, I've been that hungover, not
Oh no.
I'll kill you first when I turn evil.
I'll kill you last and make you watch.
Yeah, Hazel's just. I'm just gonna like tilt my head away a little bit. Yeah, it's quite. There's a lot. Heads. Maybe a swim might help. Just a dunk.
Wait,
We're not traveling, are we?
I'm just checking around for like shark fins.
I'm
and
just
stuff.
ask me.
Perception check.
Oh boy.
Not really. The
3. Well, more than that, but
You don't see anything.
4.
Can I
Looks like water.
can I pick Hessel up and throw him in the water?
There you go.
Oh my god.
I throw Hessel in the water.
Yeah. Do you resist?
Like for a second, I'm like, no, that might as well happen. Yeah.
I just-
Yeah.
As you
Land back
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
I just kind of like make sure
Yeah.
the crown's still secure as I kind of
Yeah.
like sit there. And
You need like
As
a
you hit the
little
water-
string that goes
No,
under
it just grabs on, holds on tight.
it kind of holds on.
As you
right?
as you hit the water, it feels
It's
more-
acid water,
No.
damn it, Kelly.
it just feels colder on your skin. Like you are very hyper aware of just being
the-
underwater, and as you sort of breathe in
weird.
as well, it's almost like you can taste the salt, which you weren't able to before. And so just looking around down below, it almost seems like you're able to see better into the darkness below.
So does he feel more cold or less cold? Sorry.
Like slightly more cold, but like
Which is interesting because I've
it's
got
just-
cold resistance
yeah,
as well.
like it's
So it's
not
like,
not
rather I can sense the cold.
yeah.
relief.
It's just
right.
it's just all of your senses just seem heightened.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah,
Weird. I think it's like super brackish here. Like the salt is like he kind of pops back up. Yeah, the salt's like it's a lot.
like being under the water where the sunlight's sort of a bit diffused.
Yeah.
That feels a lot better.
Yeah, definitely feels better down below. I got a splitting headache, really. I'm gonna try my thing, and I'm gonna swim down, and I'm going to dash up as fast as I
Yep.
can to try and
Bring
do my
relief.
breach,
Yeah.
and get enough velocity to
Slam
me
down.
onto the
dick. Yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
you.
we're not overshooting.
Yeah, you sort of push hard and just like make
No, just it's like that
and just
you breach the water. And
like
there's a,
you shoot up. You shoot up a good like 12, 13 feet into the air.
Yeah.
But
there's a
yeah.
lens flare and you turn to dust.
Yes. I will grab on, pull myself up and over. Kind of feel like garbage, but not at the same time. Everything's a lot.
Do we know like
didn't
about
take a lot of your
vampires
blood.
at all?
Make a
I mean, just like as a
Nature check.
general like
Religion.
not religion, but like a myth sort of thing.
roll a nature check.
What
I'm gonna
about
be
how
bad
much
at
blood a
this.
person can lose and how bad?
What is it?
Usually less than 2
6.
years.
You have
Or
no
about
idea.
that much.
Yeah, I mean, like you heard of vampires before, but you have no idea.
Yeah, it's kind of the same as like, yeah, I imagine the same kind of awareness that you have about other creatures.
I know bears exist.
Exactly.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
Make sure you have
Lots of fluids.
good breakfast. Replenish any.
Yeah. Before I forget as well, he takes the cup and goes over to fresh water bucket.
Yeah.
And just picks up fresh water and just starts casting water breathing on it again.
Yeah.
And just drink on up.
Yep.
Sorry.
I just feel like shit 'cause I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you're up and outside the water, you can almost still feel the little like bits of salt that are still in your system
Yeah.
as you're breathing out. You're
Just kind of
You're
like hold my nose
yeah, and
trying-
just like
and play things out a little bit.
you do, and most of it gets out. But you're still aware of that like 2 grains of salt
Your
that are still in
boots
there.
are soaking wet because Kelly just threw you in with
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah, I know,
so
yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I
That's
forgot
good.
that you
Something
also
dry.
have prestidigitation.
Nice. Right.
Do all 3 of you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these
We'll keep you clean, Mason.
these 3 here.
Thaumaturgy and I've got the trio.
Actually, that means I can prepare something else other than prestidigitation now. That's nice.
I can't change my.
These 3 are set and ready to go. Where are we?
In the ocean.
Oh.
Approximately
Nice.
as close to wherever
Hopefully.
I think we're meant to be going as possible.
Best guess.
Oh, that we made it here in good time.
Use your spy button.
Roll to see if we actually are where we plan to be.
Yes, roll a survival check.
If you want me to go over that map with you as well, I'm more than happy to help.
Speak for last night.
I'd say roll now because you've effectively arrived in the general, general vicinity.
This is
what
when
was
we
your
do
travel? it's now this roll is going to dictate how long it takes you to actually find this.
And also kind of like doing the equation of figuring out exactly how fast we were traveling, how many nautical miles we would have covered in that amount of time.
Yep,
Because that's generally how we plot things.
Try a thing. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to. You can use it that way. I'll try using the first feature on the chronolometer, the time bandit.
Okay. What do I do?
And see if I can get the. So roll a d6, and I either slow down time or go forward in time slightly.
How far?
It's more like a
like
really.
it gives you a D6 to add to your roll?
Well, let's see what I roll first and see if I get the thing I want to happen.
Okay.
Because there's two things that can happen on it based on what I roll. Hey!
Okay. So as you use the chronometer, it's weird. You have like flashes of imagery just fly past you, and you're back to where you were, and it's like, what the fuck just happened? And you all see Callion for a split second. It's almost like he jump cuts, and he's like
Bad
2
editing.
inches. Yeah, he's like 2 inches to the left.
You alright?
You just teleport.
No, it's tried something I haven't tried before. With the
Well, it's been these are the days for it.
Alright, this will be interesting.
Shall we start looking?
Time stuff, I think.
Cool.
Cool.
Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully it helps find where we need to be.
Sure.
Alright. Are you
Right.
alright?
That was weird.
Shall we go have a look at the maps? Figure this out.
So survival check, and since the party's helping, you can roll with advantage.
Roll well. Or roll shit.
Yeah.
Either or.
I will definitely do one of these.
Well, one or the other. Not
Now that I've said that, I'll get like 2 10s.
not
Mediocre.
Yeah. We want to go for we want a natural 1 or like an 18.
11,
Mediocre.
8.
That is mediocre.
That is as mediocre as we can get.
That's a 16.
16? Cool. So as part of this roll, there's no success or failure to this roll. It's just the roll dictates how long it takes you to find
16
what you're looking for. No, so with that, with 16, you spend the sort of first half of the day sort of poring over maps, sort of moving the boat about a little bit to try and figure out where you are. And at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon is sort of when you're fairly confident you are right above where you would need to be. So if you would dive straight down, you will most likely get to where you need to be, or this spot that's been marked on the map, effectively. So because you've spent about half a day, I'll get someone to roll a d20 just to see if things happen.
Yep.
Do that thing.
A 1.
Okay,
I love the
All right.
pause.
brilliant.
Okay,
So yeah, roll a
The way that I
d100,
just
please.
funked.
D100.
Roll
How
a
about,
d100.
you want me to do it?
I can do the D100. Yep, I gotcha.
Why didn't I warn myself of this?
I rolled a 19 last time, so this is just hubris.
49.
I'm close to the 50. Another fucking
That's
octopus.
one less than the
Just one in a box.
Another coffin rolls up.
No, it's the same coffin that we pushed off yesterday.
with the same octopus.
It's sealed again, though.
Yeah. It's just like, guys.
Feed me again.
This time it's a tuna.
What you see, it's weird. It's like morning. It's like it's a bright blue sky, and
Sorry, guys.
as you're sort of maneuvering your sort of your boat into this position where you think you'd be right above this, about 60 feet to your right.
That's real close.
So 60 feet to your right from the boat, you see what seems to be a cloud just sitting on the water.
Well,
So good.
It's like it's the length of the boat.
somehow I feel like this is my fault.
Is that a fog cloud?
It's
warm to
not.
be fog.
Yeah, it's not fog. It's like literally a cloud. Like originally, when you looked at it, you're like, "Oh, that's off in the distance." Oh, wait, no, that's right there.
I don't know if this is what we're looking for. It might be. It's a sign of. I mean, like when it's not exactly like what I produce, but
Is it getting closer?
No, it's just sitting
It's
there.
just sitting there?
You think this
Maybe
is like
some
a
weird
maverick?
weather phenomenon?
it could be. I could send Manibus over to have a little bit of a fliss around us.
That'd be a good idea. Hopefully it doesn't get...
Come on down for a second. Let's call him down. Have a fly along there. Just pass over the top to begin with, and if you're feeling confident, maybe have a little dive down inside. But if it feels tingly or weird, or if it's acid, get out of there. Or I apologize for later. All right, go on.
Manus flies
Gives you
off.
like a
Been looking for one of those.
Yeah, like Manus flies off
back with you again.
and and sort of does a flyby above it. Nothing seems to happen. Just sort of circling it, and slowly descends closer.
As he starts to descend, I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go see through him just in case. Don't want him to disappear without knowing what's going on. And I'll just.
Alright.
Yeah, you start to see through him, and you can see where the cloud is, or was. There is now a empty rowboat. You guys still see a cloud.
Okay. Hey guys, trying to practice the quiet talking here.
It's not working.
Looks like there's a rowboat.
You can hear yourself from
It's empty. Yeah. Oh, I can actually. I'll just bring it down a little bit. Yeah.
Isn't that 60 feet there?
Yeah. He's got good hearing as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So empty rowboat. I'm gonna
Is the
try.
cloud still there?
No cloud. You literally just see a rowboat in the
Yeah.
middle of the water.
No cloud. Just rowboat. Right.
Manibus land on it?
And I'll just come back and like look as myself. Oh.
It's a cloud.
Right. No. When I'm looking through Manibus, it's. I think it might be an illusion.
Was it a cloud when he was up higher with Manibus? And then when he got into it, it was a robot.
You don't know. Like when you
Yeah.
went in, Manibus had already descended.
I'm gonna go see if I can get him to land on it. Okay, it was empty. Oh god. Alright.
Sounds like a trap.
It does sound like a trap. Alright, Manibus, I'm
Pretty
sorry.
hard to spring out of anywhere.
And
Like a ghost ship would be bigger than a robot.
I'll go back into Manibus
Yep.
and I
This is the
will
one we were talking
pilot him to just like flitter down
Yep.
and then try and land on the rowboat.
Manibus lands on the rowboat. What you guys see is Manibus just descends into the cloud. You wait a moment.
Is he visible in the cloud or no?
You wait a moment, and then another, and then you all see, and Manibus hears something underneath, and then you see teeth appear from both sides and just.
Oh, can I kill a reaction like
It's an action.
Teleport?
It's an action to disappear him.
Roll a.
Initiative.
initiative?
Yeah, roll
yeah.
initiative. Roll
I'm
initiative.
gonna see if I can pull him
was
back.
a trap.
It's a top.
Yeah. Ooh, that is good. It's 17 plus.
Yep, you're good.
Nice.
You manage to disappear,
Yeah.
Manibus, and you get
Teeth,
Yeah,
teeth.
you all,
Yeah, we could see it.
actually no. From this distance, you don't see teeth.
Oh.
It was just Manibus
Yeah.
that saw it. It was just like
Yeah.
massive set of teeth just close
We
onto the
hear
thing.
it.
No, you don't.
Right. Massive teeth came up from underneath. I just managed to pull him back in time.
We should go.
Are you okay? I pull him back.
Manus appears and just like does a very angry just
I know. I got you back though. I got you back.
This is
we're
where
good.
meant to be though, right?
Yeah, I think so. Look,
pretty much.
I'm just kind of like
You
looking
think
over
the
the
city
sides,
has some
like
kind of
ready.
creepy guardian then?
maybe. I think the cloud.
Perception check.
It's there for something. It's not just like a. I've seen specimens before. They wash up on the Burrow shore sometimes.
18.
Creatures from the deep, anglerfish. And what I'm thinking here is that it's like that they have like a little lure that they lure their prey in with. That's like this, but for like sentient, intelligent things. because I think the cloud's there to draw something to it, curiosity or whatnot, and then it produces an illusion, or the illusion of there being a rowboat there. Should someone approach it, then jumps up from underneath. So it's like there's something waiting there, projecting or somehow creating this magical illusion. I don't know if I could dispel it. I might be able to.
Yeah, 18 to perceive.
Looking around, you sort of focus around the cloud a little bit, and yeah, there's definitely something under the water there.
There's something under there, under the water, under the cloud there.
Maybe we should.
I think we should just move on. Away.
This is where we're meant to be.
This is
just a little to the side.
Let's just a little bit that way.
You realise that this is the ocean. Like
Well, yes,
it can
but-
swim from there to here.
It's as long as the cloud doesn't go moving, I'm sure it's fine, right?
Or the shadow under there. Is it a big shadow? There's a big shadow.
Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking.
Why don't you guys hop in and have a look?
Let's
Well-
see if it
Let's
follows
not.
us.
Yeah, we're going to have to decide what we're going to do.
We can just do like a little circle.
If we're going to go down, I could potentially leave my crew up here on the boat. That way, we can keep it within an area we know it's going to, not drift so far.
I am not going in the water when that is over there.
Okay, so...
Just letting you know. Because
Let's get away from it a bit and see if it follows.
Right, okay. Is that...
If it just stays where it is, maybe it's just gonna stay there and it wants things to come to it and won't come after us.
It's possible.
I move the boat as instructed until I'm told to stop.
You move the boat, and the cloud just stays where it is.
I'm gonna take...
shadow stays there as well.
I'm going to take one of the travel cloaks that I've got for my dead crew, and Hissel's just going to kind of wrap that around him and just kind of plop the hood over, just because the light's still bothering him a bit.
Ro leaves us for a day and you become a vampire. I swear to fuck, man.
This is why we don't let you make decisions.
You don't know. You don't know.
This is why you don't we don't let you follow your curiosity.
You don't know.
This is why we took this wish
You
scroll.
guys
away from
don't
you.
know.
I love this stuff. I love introducing
It could
chaos.
be
We know you do.
anything, okay? It could be the booze running off. We don't know this.
Could be.
That's why I make the worst player, because I need to poke everything.
Is vampirism a disease or a poison?
Sticking a curse, I think.
We're gonna keep an eye on this thing. Come back outside. Just
You keep an eye on it, it's not moving.
yeah.
It's definitely not moving.
Something's just a fixed point.
It's a stationary hunter. Perhaps here's the thing. Maybe it has evolved to use a magical anomaly as part of its hunting practice. Maybe it itself doesn't produce the magical effect. Perhaps this is just a part of the world in which there is this strange occurrence and it has learnt to use it like a tool.
Question.
way
Are
scary.
there birds out this far, or are we too far from shore?
Too
Way
far
too
from
far.
shore.
Do we just swim around the boat and see if it starts to move?
I mean, I could swim out that way and see.
I mean,
Well,
maybe not.
I tell you what,
That way.
when I was in the water, the second eyelids certainly helped, but I could see even better today. I think it's just the clarity of the water. I'm happy to dive in and
The ocean.
just have a look in that direction to see if I can make out anything beneath the surface.
Might be a good idea. Like we just put you in upside down.
Let's
Reverse periscope.
Reverse periscope.
tie a rope to you just in case if we need to get you back quick.
Cool. All right, I like the sound of that. Sure, I'll go ahead
Just
and
make
just
sure they don't cover up the gills.
tie a little harness around, and
tie
I'll
her
just kind of take the my cardigan off and just
You keeping
Dive on it.
dive off.
Yeah, you dive on in.
Yep.
Then, yeah, like from where you are, I'd say,
Yeah. I had
It's
he
not
had
a car, it's a sweater.
It's a sweater that he has under the jacket, but he doesn't have the jacket anymore because it was crushed by the giant orb thing.
Right.
Yeah.
sweet. So, you
Right.
Brudrin has that now.
Not great.
you dive into the water and sort of look in that direction, start to sort of head out that way. You can. What you see is what looks to be like a huge fish-like creature, except it's not that way. It's pointed that way.
Yeah.
Mouth wide open, just under the surface of the.
Is it tuna?
Yeah.
It is a tuna. Yeah, like these sharp, jagged claws. Like very much anglerfish.
I was wrong. It's not a tuna in a box. It's a box
Are
in
it
a
his
tuna.
claws or is it his teeth?
No, teeth. It's teeth.
Oh.
You did say.
Oh,
You
that's
did
a
say
claws?
and I
My
was
bad.
like,
I meant
what is
teeth.
arms?
No.
Face claws.
Yeah, face claws.
Yeah.
Jagged teeth.
Go to the
and it's
dentist
just
and
open
get my
that,
face
it's
claws.
open that way. And as you just swim a little bit closer, not getting too close,
Yeah.
see one of its giant eyeballs just sort of turns towards you, and it's just there. It doesn't move.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it. I'm just like, it's really, really neat. It's super cool.
And it's like it's weird. It's usually with fish, the eyeballs are meant to be close to the top of the head.
Yes,
This thing's
yeah.
right in the middle of its body.
Yeah.
Like you see one eyeball right in the middle of its body,
Mm.
facing towards you.
Such a interesting
And it
creature.
is
It's
yeah.
I'm going to turn around.
As long as this
I'm gonna turn around and just start to swim back, but kind of try and keep my attention back towards
it keeps it keeps its eye on you, but it doesn't seem to give chase. One of the things that you do notice is that
What is happening?
Nothing.
one of the things you do notice about it is that it's whatever fins it's got, they seem to be really, really tiny compared to the proportion of its body.
So it can't move quickly.
I don't feel like it's super worried about predators.
No. It's like a big old mola mola.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Sunfish.
Except probably
Yeah.
more.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
It's a long sunfish.
Isn't there like a movie poster of like an anglerfish just sitting right just underneath the boat?
Probably.
I feel like I've
It's
seen
called
this.
Jaws.
I've seen it with a different.
I think so.
Actually, this probably looks a lot like the Jaws movie poster.
Yeah. That's what I was sort of envisioning about like an anglerfish.
I will swim on back and probably rather try and just do a climb up and over just to not disturb water too much, and I'll just kind of describe it. Absolutely amazing creature, incredible big eye,
Just one?
just massive teeth. I couldn't see her on the other side. I think it probably has others, but it saw me. It was aware of that I was there. It's
Moved up here.
no, seems fixated on that point, which leads me to believe that, it could be. It's hard to tell the cause and effect here, whether it's creating it or if that effect has drawn this thing to it to use it. It doesn't have very big flippers though. Flippers, fins, fish things. Doesn't have very big fish things. So I don't think it can move very fast if it wanted to.
Sounds like they know. You're right. We'll wait for the prey to come to it rather than chase after the prey. Maybe
Yeah,
as long as we just stay over here, we'll be alright.
yeah. I mean, maybe it eats boats. I don't know.
That's not a good thing.
No.
We're in a
What
boat.
if the boat is still there?
This boat's a
don't-
lot bigger than a rowboat.
I don't think the boat was. The boat. What was the boat like physical? Like when Manibus went to land on it?
Yeah, Manibus was able to land.
Yeah. It landed on something. So I don't know if it was actually a boat or if it was like maybe
Can I borrow your spell?
part of it.
I just want to look through and see around the area of the cloud thing, whether there's like any bits of wood or anything around.
You look through Spyglass and you sort of adjust it to zoom in, and as it starts to zoom in, at one point, the cloud disappears
Oh.
and the boat is there.
Oh,
Yeah, you do the same sort of adjusting, and as you do it, like after a certain point, it just looks like a yeah.
huh.
Yeah.
And a perfectly intact
So
boat.
once you get to a certain range, it shows you the boat, and it is obviously a illusion. Well, it didn't eat. It tried to eat.
Oh, it would have totally eaten Manibus. I think it's like reflex based, less relying on its sight. It's more like a Venus flytrap. That's what I was thinking of. Something that's just waiting for the prey to come along. As soon as it just lands on it, it just. So it's a good thing that we didn't land on it.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. This is the area, and seeing something like that here makes me think even more so that this could be the spot. originally why Dorzu and her people came to this region to try and find Kothic was because the boat that Kothic was on sunk in this region.
That fills me full of confidence.
So maybe this thing sunk it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That gives me less confidence in leaving your skeleton up there.
Yes, it's either that or one of us stays behind.
Look, I don't mind staying up here and looking after the boat. My worry is that if something does come and it sinks the boat while we're all underneath, we're stuck in the middle of the ocean with no boat.
That is... Well, no, that's not exactly true. There's a rowboat over there.
I
That's
don't
an easy
think
way
we
out.
can count on that one.
That's an easy way out. That's my fear. And like, without instruction, I don't feel like your skeletons are going to be able to do anything to move the boat out of the way.
No, the best they could probably do is
The creature.
pilot it in a circle, and that's not much. Effectively, the best way I think to do it would be to have some of them rowing forwards, the other ones rowing backwards, so it's just kind of constantly going in a circle.
Or rowing on one side.
Yep, exactly, just constantly circling around.
Or maybe we could
Park it a little bit further back
I was thinking-
and swim.
leave something here. Mason takes the boat away while we go down.
Wait.
Come back
Mason's
with
not
me.
coming with us? Sorry, but I would prefer if Mason came with us.
Yeah, but who
If it-
are we going to leave on the boat?
If it's between Mason coming with us and us having a boat to go back on, I'd much rather have the boat to go back on.
Like, I'd rather not come down and have you guys have a boat to come back to than for all of us to go down. And I mean, the boat could drift away. Like, I'm worried about that sort of thing as well.
It's able to sail off
I
to
understand that.
I
much
mean,
further distance.
if this cloud and this fish stays here, it's a really good marker for me. I wouldn't want it to be the only one, but it is a really good marker for
And-
proximate area.
It's an easier way for us to spot it from beneath.
Yeah.
If we're coming up, as long as you have eyes on the gigantic, monstrous fish thing, then we know we're in the.
You should
same
also be
area.
able to see the bottomless boat as
That's
well.
true. Yes. Yep. Well,
My only other thought is, do we want to just stay here, take another day, and go down first thing in the morning so that we have the most light? Because I wouldn't want you guys to get trapped under the water with no light in the dark. Because me trying to pick you up in the dark would be nearly impossible.
I can make light.
That's true. So that would make it
Yeah.
easier. But
Callion's always
I can also
good
technically
light
make
source.
light, but it also comes with damage.
just
Fireball up here.
flare.
Yeah.
I mean, your firebolt works.
I mean, that's what I
before-
did the last time when we
Yeah.
were being attacked. I did a flare. It wasn't a fireball,
Yes.
but it was a
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it will make much difference. We'll have a better idea of the area, sure, or what.
I mean, there's no
Constantly.
guarantee that the city is right beneath us anyway. You
Yeah.
might go down and just come back an hour or so later and need to move.
It's very true. Look, I can stay in the loop with
Yeah.
you as much as possible. If things go really bad, and we need help, then
That gets complicated.
it gets complicated, but
The-
it's possible.
You could leave one of your skeletons here with instructions to follow my command.
I don't know how
Well,
well
they
they'll
can
be able to
swim.
fight under the water, regardless.
Okay.
They're good with longbows.
You could leave them here anyway.
That's I can.
Okay.
And
That'd be good if we're not leaving you by yourself.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
more comfortable with some backup.
I could also leave Manibus here as well. So as long as I'm within 100 feet at any point,
I feel like if you're within 100 feet, you'll see the boat.
yes, I probably will. Yes.
So what time of day is it at the moment?
It's about midday.
Yep, just past midday.
o'clock?
About, between 1 and 2 o'clock.
I don't know how deep we're going, but there
Around 5 hours.
would theoretically become a point where the light is irrelevant. There's only one way to find out, really, and that's to take the plunge.
I mean, you could.
Just, the last time that we went under the water, we got attacked by sharks.
Yes. Yes.
I was not particularly useful then either.
Well, hopefully that thing keeps sharks away.
Very true. I would be scared if I was a shark.
That's a fair point.
Do you want to sort of see if the light just disappears for us? I can donate a coin to light up and see if it can
Yeah.
see if we can see it rest on the bottom. I can't go into spells. I don't have spells. Idiot. I give you a silver.
Cast light on a silver and biff it over the side.
You cast light and it just goes into water. It's still lit and it just slowly goes down into the water until you no longer see the light.
Okay. It's pretty deep.
Yeah. I would have been quite surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah.
I can get this lot to just have a go at rowing in a circle and seeing what that looks like.
Mason's gonna be barfing.
I'm more worried about if something comes to attack the boat. Them going in a circle is not going to stop that.
No, that is true.
But like me with 3 archers might be able to stop it.
That's fair.
Tell them to follow Mason's order?
Well, I mean, you can. Yeah, I feel like if you, I can tell them to follow your orders.
I can keep the boat moving and they can shoot at things.
Yeah,
if need be.
Sounds good.
Do we have a way of marking the spot that's not the creature because it could leave on the boat?
Finally, we still had a giant coffin.
I'm going to give my dead ones a instruction. You're to follow every word that this man says today. That is your order. Follow it to your best ability.
I'm gonna open my drawer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go into it and I'm gonna go like tarpaulin, buoy, any of those. I'm gonna go for like ever-burning torch.
Bagpipe.
Yeah, as soon as you think of an ever-burning torch,
Yeah.
your hand grips something and you pull a lantern. You pull a lantern out, which seems to have a flame in it. Just
Jeez.
Well, if we put a bunch of water skins blown up, that could make it float. But then it'll just drift, right?
Yeah. How is it? Very windy now. Or?
it's not, but it's not exceptionally windy. But
Do I feel like the boat is currently drifting much?
not by much.
Relative to where
Very-
that
like
fish is.
very slightly.
Because we can have the
But
sails down as well. We're
Yeah.
not going to move
Yeah.
much.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
literally only a tide that's
yeah,
gonna,
it's not drifting too
tide, but
much.
yeah.
It's like
Currents.
like
sorry, yeah.
there's minimal drift, but that is to be expected.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I might have this as an option. I might fill some water skins with air. Or at least one with air and see if that'll keep it buoyant.
Yeah.
And see if it can I just like splash the little flame with water and see if it stays alight.
It does.
Okay, cool. So worst case scenario, I'll drop this in the water if I have to move so that I can come back and find you.
Alright. That sounds
That's a
good.
fair plan. Well, they're yours. They'll listen to your words.
Cool.
Alright. Yes.
And I'll keep Manibus up here as well. Keep a lookout. If you see anything coming from the distance, just give a good few hoots. And if Mason doesn't respond, just fly on down and just give him a little bit of a peck on the head. That should do it.
Thanks.
Just in case the exhaustion gets too much.
Yep.
You seem fine.
What?
I just had this image in my head of we returned to the surface and there's a dead Mason on the boat with Manibus
Manibus just like
jabbing at his head
like,
over and
hey,
over
just-
again.
Just
Hey.
like eating my brain.
Hey!
Not eating, just picking at him, just
Wake up,
constantly
wake
trying to get
up,
your
wake
attention.
Wake up! Bad guys are coming!
Bad guys will.
Bad guys will
I
be here.
am going to. I'm gonna change
Just
back
wait, we got Manibus, we
into
can find
my
your feet.
apprentice clothing.
Yep.
Because I don't want to get my nice clothes fucked up
Cool.
in the
Put your-
water.
Yeah, put your apprentice clothing back on.
It's still gonna.
I'm
still gonna have to probably take off my shoes and stuff.
I'm gonna, boots off, just trousers, everything else going off, and I'm just gonna keep the bag of holding strung onto me.
Cool.
I will leave my satchel here. Actually, screw it. I'll take the satchel and I'll put it in the bag of holding.
Okay,
Sweet.
yeah, I have to just make sure everything's secure.
Sweet.
Well, if we had anything big and heavy, it would help us get down, but best thing you can do, and it's going to be real uncomfortable, as soon as you get under the water, just go expel all that air as much as you can. And at that point, take a big gulp. You won't be as buoyant. Start to drop.
Do you guys want some heavy shit?
I mean,
I'm just a bit. I can be heavy, but that might make it hard to get to the top. Might
Maybe
need to
top.
leave again.
oh, that. Well, I mean, when you
Yeah.
need to take it off, we can always put it in here, and that could help you swim back up.
And if we have the time to do it,
That's
we need to
true.
leave in a hurry.
Well, yeah, maybe is there anything like weight?
I have a great axe that I don't really care about.
How heavy is it?
7 pounds. I don't have a lot. I don't really have many things. A giant sack of gold.
We can make our way down. We can.
Yeah.
We'll find a way.
Can I like reach into my drawer and just like try and pull out like a 20 kg like barbell plate?
No, funnily enough, that's not
Big
in the
rock!
wrong.
Big rock!
Silas wasn't a powerlifter?
Big rock?
Big rock?
Not
Are there some Atlas stones in there?
Oh, that feels bad.
I am... Do I have to be wearing the hat of disguise for it to work?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it have to be on my head?
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
I've got the bone crown.
Otherwise,
just
it'd
to
be a
sack
sock
of
disguise.
More than I'm just worried about it drifting off while I'm underwater. So I'm gonna take it off and put it in the bag of holding.
I'm gonna, leave most of my gear.
I don't feel like you have to worry about
Yeah.
the like.
It fits
Not
to
under the
to your
Oh, okay.
size.
Alright.
So
I also don't feel like you have to worry about the reserve, like people knowing.
Yes.
I don't feel like that's an issue.
that too.
Well, I'm not disguised, is the
Yeah.
point.
I'm going to strip out of my heavy armor and put back on my old original armor.
Cool.
Nice.
The one that you gave to Ro?
No,
Okay.
I gave her the magic. My original.
I
OG
do.
arms from Dave.
I do have some +2 leather armor that's just regular. If you want.
Is that not?
That's-
stuff we gave to
No,
her?
I had
No.
it separate.
I think that's Rose's last armor.
No, because I gave the +2 set of armor to Ro.
Yeah.
That was used to be Callan's, and then I've got an extra one down here. So maybe
Because
she
we
wants
had
to-
Where's their armor from?
we got that from the. I'm pretty sure we got that from Silas's hall.
Yeah, it might have
Good
been.
one. Oh well.
Yeah.
You got it. I trust you.
Oh,
I don't know why I would have written it down twice. So
If you got it, I trust you.
If it's on the same list,
it was a separate thing. So that was where +2 set of armor, and then there was the +2
Studded
other armor.
leather.
So
Cool.
I don't
Is
know.
it studded or just?
Oh no, it wasn't the studded. So the studded was the one that was given to Ro, and this was just a regular
+2 leather,
+2 leather.
Oh.
so +1 studded. Equivalent, so 14 AC plus dex.
I mean, if we have it.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do this thing. Do you want to chuck out a mage armor or chuck out a mage armor?
Yeah. Boop, boop.
I'm gonna go
I'm here.
1, 2. So that was. Will it help, Kellyan?
Callan's got armor on. No.
True,
put on
true.
The armor
So-
would be better than mage
Yeah,
armor.
I'm just gonna bam bam.
Okay, so I don't need to. I thought
Yeah.
mage armor would help, right?
It just
Oh,
makes it
love it.
13 plus dex.
Because what's
Yeah.
leather armor? 12?
11?
But that's also
It's
plus
not plus
2.
two.
It's +2 armor.
So
So it'll be 15
11,
plus dex.
13.
effectively.
That's not how leather works.
So,
Leather is spelled, I mean. Let's have a look.
if leather is 11, it'll be the same as mage armor.
up to you.
Regular leather +2. So it is. Yeah, 13. So
Mage armor.
the same as mage armor.
Okay.
So it depends on whether you want to wear the armor, or it'd probably be better not to have the armor and have mage armor.
Yeah.
Go completely nude. Not completely nude. That's not what I meant. Just
Go
like
completely nude.
without the armor.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
So
swim,
do you want mage armor then? Yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't
Okay.
swim with too much clothing on because it
Cool.
makes it hard to swim.
Yes.
And I
mage
can
armor.
never remember Mage armor is 11 plus
13 plus dex.
13 plus dex.
Sweet.
So it brings
So you're
mine
all
up
mage
to-
armored up.
Yes.
Your equipment's been packed away into bags of holdings, and you are set to dive.
Is there anything that any of you want to leave up here and don't take down with you?
I'm leaving like my backpack with my half plate and all that. I'm leaving on the ship on the deck.
I'm
With-
Do you
bringing
want me
my
to put? Do you want me to
bed.
put them in the drawer? So
Yeah,
that's more
that's probably a
secure.
good idea. Yeah.
I'm just gonna like take some of the rope, and just sort of bundle it together and put it in the drawer, so that I can, when I think about it, I can think Callian's stuff and
Yep,
get
and-
Callian's things.
Sweet. Yeah.
I'll keep my stuff on me just because.
It's totally cool. But if there's
Cool.
anything that you didn't want to take down with you, I'm happy to take it.
We will see you before you know it.
Yeah.
Sweet. With those parting words, you
We should maybe do the stealth.
you splash down into the water.
And I set sail for Mary.
Mason solo campaign.
They're with you until dawn.
Cool.
And then they turn on you.
Do you really think I'm worried about 3 skeletons?
I'm gonna
Yep.
close the second island.
Side blink, and all three of you start to descend. Deeper and deeper you go as the light from the sun starts to get dimmer and dimmer as you get into the depths of the ocean.
It's at this point that I'm like,
Actually, I would have taken one thing with me, which is I would have taken the cook pot because it's a big, heavy
Yeah.
iron pot.
Cool.
That'll help.
Also, dagger, because you can use it underwater.
I've got a
Spear.
small knife that I can spit on.
Cool. So you start to dive.
I guess technically I can use this as a dagger.
As you start to speak underwater, because you're breathing water,
Dagger.
you can talk.
thank God.
Yeah.
Means I can cast spells.
Yes.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Yeah, no, I
We
know.
talk underwater then.
Could we?
Yeah.
You can talk underwater. It's like,
All right.
Otherwise, we
Hell
would have
yes.
been shark bait.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, like the reason,
Yeah.
the reason it's all garbled underwater is because you're breathing out air while you're talking. So there's more bubbles. Whereas if you're just breathing it, your vocal cords would vibrate through the water as opposed to.
I guess we still have to probably get closer to actually be
It's
able
muffled,
to, like,
but
Yeah, it's muffled and it's a bit more a little bit more garbled. Your voice, I believe, lower.
lower.
Yeah, it's lower, but yeah.
Make sure that we stay within sight of each other. I'm not going to do
Oh
that.
my
You're doing that the
God.
entire time.
I'm not going to do that
Commit.
the whole time.
If it's too
Commit.
dark, I'll cast light.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cast lights.
I am staying close.
Yeah, force light on mine.
We'll do the
and
thing
eventually-
where we release the air from our lungs and blah blah blah.
And eventually, as you start to get deeper and deeper down, there's something off in the distance. Like, you haven't got to the ocean floor yet, but it almost looks like a mesa underwater. And there's, like, it's pretty big. And there's you can see smatterings of shapes all over it. And you can also see movement from where you are, of just all over. You get closer to this mesa, and you notice once you get close enough to where your light starts to, reflect off things and stuff like that. You notice that this is
We don't have a light with us.
Yeah.
Oh, did you light something up?
Yeah.
Sorry.
cast light.
I'm a light.
Sorry.
I'm on fire.
As you get closer and closer, you notice what you see in front of you was a city atop this mesa. It is in ruins.
There's like a moment where Hassel's super excited as he's getting closer, and then his face just falls.
However, what you can see down there is a lot of these buildings, or the ruins of the buildings. You can see this sort of almost like a after image, or like a transparent, like you can see solid like foundations and broken walls and stuff like that, but atop those you can see these sort of transparent other halves of the buildings.
It's the ghost of a building.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's
Architectural
not.
spectres.
Yeah.
The like the illusion of the past from Dragon Prince. Sort of that.
Yes, that specifically. But yeah, you can see those. You can see that sort of thing just throughout. It's not the whole city, but it is like in parts of it. You can also see from where you are a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Just
Like
again
fish.
in different parts, not throughout the whole thing. There's parts where it's just completely ruined and completely empty. And from here, sort of just looking at this layout of the city, it seemingly had a central structure, which was pretty massive, and then around it there was the city that grew out of it. You can see remnants of what look to be almost like those aqueducts going from the central part of the central structure all the way to the edge, almost like spokes on a wheel.
Do they end at the edges, or are they broken?
No, they end at the edges. They seemingly end at the edges, but these aqueducts are in most places just broken off, and you can see them on the ground. But you can also see in certain areas you can see a spectral thing completed. And as you get closer, you can see the movement. You start to make them out as people, but transparent. Very similar to what you saw in that mine ages ago.
Memories.
But
Yeah.
the difference here is they seem a lot more like the actual people. Where in the mine, you very clearly there was a green and blue glow, and you can very clearly tell these are sort of ghostly creatures. This is just what this looks like is you're playing a video and you turn the opacity down
Yeah.
to about 50%. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And the thing that strikes me the most is throughout this, everywhere you're seeing these after images of people, you're seeing a specific scene. They seem to be running or battling. If there's people running behind them, you can see what looks to be a creature made of this black fog. No features, but just like outlines. You clock 4 different types. The first, a very large creature with sort of spikes around the side. A large sort of almost like a dinosaur tail with, again, spikes going down the spine, and these large freaking horns, wielding 2 what look to be really gnarly hammer-like weapons. Another one that you clock is a lot smaller, but seemingly has these large claws, and it seems to dart from one place to another, only to pop out and just stab someone in the back, for that person to fall and die. You notice, so those are the 2 that you notice that are getting up close and fucking just, you see people carrying away from, or just like dropping dead.
Like how close have we gotten at this?
You've gotten close enough to where you can actually make out a lot of the stuff. Like if you wanted to get all the way up to it, you could. You're not too far.
I kind of look at the others and I'd say, I'd like to get closer, but we should be careful.
I think you should prepare yourself.
Yeah.
I think one of those black shaped is your mom.
Like,
or was.
the other 2 that you notice, one of them is this like almost very slender, very mermaid-looking creature with sort of this with a tail, or like with a bottom half was a fish, but the hair almost looks like it's alive and it's moving, grabbing things, and just as it grabs and squeezes, these peoples will either burst into flame or just petrify or die outright. And then there's one final one which seems to be doing the most amount of damage, is this tiny little blob that morphs and shifts into, like, stretches out into something massive, wipes out entire swaths of warriors, and then shifts back into a tiny little blob again. And you can see this all over. It's not just the one. It's not just the one.
The monsters.
Yeah.
They kind of just seem like not quite right.
Yeah,
they're like nebulous in nature. Like
so they're just like.
You know when you see anime smoke monsters and people's like memories of like the devastations of towns?
Right.
It's like that.
That.
So it's not an exact representation of what the thing is, but
like
close.
a warped version of
Yeah.
an orc, a dwarf, a gnome, and a something.
A Goliath, a dwarf, an elf, and a halfling.
So it's these sort of creatures that you see all over and just absolutely wiping shit out. One of the things that you do notice as well is that central structure, it's been destroyed, and like it's not completed, but you can definitely see.
It wasn't completed before it was destroyed.
No, as in like it is destroyed. Like, you know how you're seeing those spectral completed
Yes. It
buildings?
doesn't finish it.
Yeah, the central building isn't affected by that. It's just a ruin of what would have once been the central keep of this place, or the castle of this place. But you can see right down into the middle of it. Right into the middle of it, you can see what seems to be something unfolding, but you're a bit far away from all of it at this stage.
I don't think we're in any danger. I think it's like in the minds, the memory.
Yeah.
Whatever happens,
As you sort of start talking,
take your time.
all of you immediately feel like you're being watched.
Look around.
Do any of the shapes look like they're watching us?
Perception checks.
I will assist in that.
Nice. Like an 8.
25.
I was assisting
Okay.
Killian.
Looking around, you're fairly confident there's nothing around and nothing's actively watching you, but you are all on edge in the sense that there is. You guys
We
have
kind
that
of go
feeling
like
of-
back to back to back, like.
There's
We'll follow your lead.
there's something further ahead, I think, and I'll start to swim in the direction of where the main.
And I'll just, so, like the moment we get into the city and we're in range to some of the illusions, I will divine sense just to see if they are memories or if they are actual
Ghosty ghosts.
ghosts.
you can you do divine sense, and there's something there for these for the shadow monster creature things. There's something physical about them, but like they're not. The rest of it's just all memories.
So the shadows are not quite full creatures, but
Yeah. There's what can you sense?
it is hollowed and desecrated stuff, as well as celestials, fiends, and undead.
Okay. Yeah. It's none of those.
Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely a site. Yeah, desecrated most likely, because this is a site of what must be a genocide.
Just desecrated, actually.
It's like if you take
The opposite
an
of health.
altar and like you shatter it and you kind of just you.
Treat a sacred place or thing with violent disrespect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Spoiled.
mechanically wise as well. There's a hello spell to bless ground, and desecrate is just like the reverse
It's like you
version.
piss on someone's grave.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
desecration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cursed. Nothing good can happen here.
Yeah.
That kind of chance.
Yeah. I'm gonna continue to swim towards.
I'm just gonna follow these.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm gonna like pull my wand out though. Silas's wand.
Your wand comes out.
I'm like,
And you land on the
I do have a little knife as well.
you land, and you also land on the on one of these aqueducts and start to make your way across it, and you're getting an up close and personal sort of view of this slaughter. You can see the whole these creatures that were killed here, Tritons, all of them.
Yeah. This is the first time I have seen a Triton, other than just that one time I saw.
Yep.
I didn't even know if it was a Triton. There was a person in the unicorn's horn.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure, but this is the first.
Just seeing, like, at this stage on these aqueducts, they're primarily warriors, and you see them sort of rush in to try and deal with this. Like, what you're seeing in front of you at the moment is the big thing with the two, like, gnarly-looking hammers, and it just, with one swing, it takes out, like, 3 or 4 of them. With the other, there's more that fall. And then it just brings both hammers together up above its head and just bring them down, breaking the aqueduct thing below it, and sort of these things the Tritons start to fall in. And as they do, he sort of leaps and stowing his hammers, grabs 2 by the throat and just goes straight down into space. The body language of this thing is just, it's relishing the destruction.
I'm just gonna, like, sort of give Hessel's arm just, like, a squeeze to let him know that, you know, we're still here and stuff.
Are there remains amongst the rubble as well? Or
When you look closely, yeah, there are, like, bones and, like, long decayed remains, but yeah.
Everything's probably been picked clean as well.
Oh, yeah, it would
Oh,
just
yeah.
be bones.
Mm-hmm.
Fish are ruthless.
They are fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They eat each other.
You ever seen whale fall before? A whale fall, and a whale dies, and it's like a weekend just gone.
Mm-hmm.
The Tritons that I'm seeing, the ones fighting, do they look different than me? Do they?
No.
No.
They're very, like, they have very similar
Yeah.
sort of physiology. I think the only difference is they're, like, a bit scalier.
Yeah. Do they have fins?
They do have fins, yeah. They definitely have fins. But
Like
like
back
they seem a lot more developed.
Yes.
Like the fins seem a bit more developed.
Yeah.
Like you see a
they've
handful of
actually
them
had
with
to use them.
you see a handful of them with tails. The sort of the clothing that they're wearing is it's just sort of almost crop top, so that the
Yes.
big gills are free. And you see I've seen gills being used more than
Yeah. You probably just see Hessel kind of just like running his hand along the arms and stuff like that, just where like they have probably much more developed fins and all the rest, and there's just not the same kind of thing there.
Yeah, a lot of these Tritons also have sort of webbed feet and webbed hands, whereas you don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just
Evolution, baby.
and you power through, crossing this aqueduct from one end to the other.
You
You
just swim over it.
you get to see, like, at most you tend to see one of these shadowy creatures doing its thing, never all in one place, and then you get to the edge of this central building, and it's all been destroyed. There's probably like a bunch of different rooms up and above, and that's all gone. It's all rubble. But that's this what seems to be the central chamber seems to be more or less intact. The ground seems to be this like the floor seems to be made of this like chiseled sandstone of some sort, and it's got a large almost like a, how many points is it? Like a 6-pointed star as an emblem on the like just encasing the entire floor, and in the middle of it, in the middle of this chamber, it's almost like a
Ballroom?
not a ballroom. It's this is the throne room. There's a throne in the middle atop a dais, and the throne there's like 3 thrones in the middle, pointing like each way, and around it there seems to be these almost like grandstands, like raising up above it, above the thrones. And what you see there, so you know there are three thrones there, but the three that are currently there, they've just sort of been all toppled. And in the middle here, you can see three individuals, three tritons, carrying, one of them carrying small, potentially a child. And what she's wearing and just sort of looking at her, she's very haggard. And you can see sort of, you can see blood and stuff down her inner thighs. Very clearly, this Triton woman has just given birth. And she's holding on to what seems to be a child, and there's two men around her, sort of carrying her. And you see on the entrance of this chamber, three individuals step in. It's the big, the big guy with the two, the mermaid lady, and the little one with the claws. That sort of burst into the room. They start to sort of look around and immediately see these three and rush them. As they do, you see one of the men sort of turns, says something, you can't hear it, and turns around, drawing a sword, facing down these three massive monsters all by himself. He just sort of rushes forward and starts to attack. He manages to get one hit on the little guy with the claws, and sort of spins around, launches off the ground, and slashes upwards against the mermaid lady, and only to get sort of cracked on the side by the guy with the axe. The two that have been injured, you can see sort of the smoky trail left behind from their injuries as they sort of withdraw a little bit, but the big one seems to have just gone in like guns blazing. He's whacked this Triton man on his side, injured. He continues to fight. He's sort of effectively a one-on-one against the big guy, and there's a fight that ensues. They're fairly evenly matched from the looks of things. The Triton, seemingly more used to being underwater, seems to sort of dart around a lot quicker, takes advantage of this creature's size and sluggishness, and seems to almost best it. But just as he's about to deliver the finishing blow, you see from the entrance, this black flame seems to just shoot through, almost like a meteor, striking this creature in the back, the Triton in the back, and the Triton seems to fall and turns around, and as he does, you see this black flame grow and grow and grow to a monstrous size, and it simply grabs and just tosses aside as this Triton slams into the side of something and drops dead.
Were these three Tritons, the woman, the other two men, were they dressed differently than the rest of the...
They seem to be, the women seem to be in more sort of,
robes?
Well, robes, but sort of, like your hospital gown kind of a thing. It's hospital gown equivalent of underwater.
Like a nightgown.
Yeah. While these other two seem to be dressed very, they had a lot of ceremonial bits and armor and weapons.
So it's quite detailed what we're seeing.
Yeah. It's this entire battle that
right.
rigged out and stuff.
Seeing this going on, I just want to, just next to Hessel, I'm just gonna rest a hand on her shoulder, and I'll quickly cast heroism on him, just to give him a bit more resolve for whatever is about to unfold in front of us.
Yeah, and there's that little boost of courage as that spell's cast on you. And once this man's been dealt with, the other two they immediately start to flank the two that are left in the middle that are seemingly going for the door on the other end. The man who's accompanying this woman and child towards the other side sort of gets in the way and holds his hands out and says something. You can't hear it. As soon as he says something,
All of this is silent. Right?
yeah, all of this is silent. There's no sound. He says something, and as soon as he says something, these two that are advancing stop, and the large monstrous flame sort of turns to look in their direction and just appears, like, sort of travels across the room in almost like a single bound, and just it towers over these, seemingly making some sort of a demand. And the man sort of drops to his the Triton male sort of drops to his knees, sort of seemingly agreeing to whatever is being said, trying to seemingly make a bargain. And as he does, this large flame of a creature turns into that little blob again. And with that, you see them turn around, and he mutters something, and from the door that's behind them, something seems to step forward, but you can't see what it is. There's nothing there. They seem to be reacting to something that's happening that's not there. And this little blob sort of moves around, keeping this Triton in sight, and the mother and child starts to slowly move around, and it sort of an amorphous appendage reaches out, grabs onto something, and they start to move away. And as the little blob starts to retreat, the other two as well, they start to slowly retreat. And the big guy that's on the floor sort of stands up, and he sort of shrugs his shoulders, and points to that Triton man. And the little blob sort of shoves something, again, there's nothing there that you can see, shoves something in the direction of the small knived creature. He grabs this thing, and you see him sort of just shoot upwards towards the surface. And as that happens, the little blob creature sort of turns into that massive flame again, imposing between the big guy and the Tritons. But this big guy doesn't seem to care. He rushes straight through. The fire creature sort of imposes, but just is unable to stand up to this creature. Falls in battle, and this, when I say falls in battle, sort of shrinks back to the little size, and this big guy sort of turns down, says something, and turns around and goes straight for the unarmed Triton man who's got his hands up currently, and he just strikes him down in one fell swoop, and then makes his way to the child and the woman, and cuts them both down. And then he turns around, sort of, you see him sort of make an action which you can it sort of looks like a spit, and it shoots upwards. The mer woman shoots upwards as well, and you see the only thing that's left here is this little blob, which sort of slowly makes its way towards the child and the corpse of the child and the mother. And that's where everything resets. And you see the whole thing play out over again. Cool. So you're seeing this event sort of just play over and over and over.
Let's take a floating step back. And at Ophelia Ford.
I think there was supposed to be some sort of trade here with, I'm guessing, Gothic?
You see the Hassel's just like twirling this pearl ring that he has on his finger.
I'm just gonna put my... She'll just put her hand on his shoulder.
The woman,
Mm-hmm.
was she a Trident?
There was something off about her though. Like, she was Triton, but like her skin was a lot darker. Her cheekbones were a lot more pronounced. Like a lot of the other female Tritons that you saw around didn't have like long flowing hair.
Yeah.
But she had these like long silvery hair that was that would have been tied up, but it was sort of floating up in the water.
She looks kind of like a drow a little bit.
Very much so. Those features are very elven and very drow features. But there's still fins and like the
Yeah.
Triton
So
features.
like a
as well.
half drow, half trident situation, possibly. I'm just gonna step forward a little bit, and when the mother and child are like behind and they're just kind of standing there and they're stationary, I'd like to get close to them.
So you sort of swimming down to the sort of central area and
Yeah.
getting close.
Just to see if there's any more
Yeah.
detail, and I want to see what's in the spot where she died.
So you sort of swim over to that spot. One of the things yeah, no, you wouldn't notice.
Feeling the burst from the heroism before as well, and having that still there, Hessel will kind of just give like a nod and like an appreciative smile, and start to head down in that direction as well. All the while I'm making my way there, I'm just going to look to see if I can find any loose piece of stone or of the tile.
Easy enough.
Yeah, and he's just going to take that and look at it and just place it into the bag of holding.
Cool.
And
You do so.
continue on over to where Ophelia is.
You do so, and you arrive at where Ophelia is. The only thing that's sort of left here, so there's remains. The only other thing that's left here is what seems to be a silver tiara with that same like 6-pointed star
Yeah.
in the center, and
was
the
she
the
wasn't
jewel.
wearing that, was she?
She wasn't she wasn't wearing it, but if you sort of look again, you can see that she had it on her person.
I'll just like carefully kind of
Yeah.
pick it up and
Yeah.
kind of shake some of the like silt and
Yeah,
everything off.
and as the
of it.
silt and stuff shakes off of it, it's that sort of tiara, and the sort of gem in the middle of that pointed star is it's a beautiful blue, like a beautiful blue sapphire.
And they, yeah, it didn't look like she had anything else like on her. I kind of turn and
You can
see,
make it,
see that
you can-
Hessel is
yeah.
close by, and I'll just kind of like wipe off the crown and just, you know,
Did you find that here?
I think it was hers. Maybe we should see if the man. I mean, we can probably kind of see close by the remains of the
Yeah.
with the
That's what I was
armor and everything.
going to ask. At the start of the loop, did the man who's positioned or mannerisms, did he seem like a guard or another?
Both the men seem to be nobility. looking at where these two men fell, the one that had his sort of hands up, that's just all of the stuff that was on him, is what's around him. Further up where the other man fell, the remains are there. And there's like the clothes are pretty like
Oh, they're gone.
they're gone. But there seems to be something else, like a small box almost, that's in the thing there.
I'll just kind of carefully pick up how big.
It's like a ring box.
Yeah, I'll just kind of hold it up to Hessel again as well. Have you taken the crown?
Yeah, he's just kind of, he has it in his hands at the moment.
There's this as well. I think you're a prince? Or something?
He doesn't need the ego boost.
If these are royals, I suppose? They seem like it. That was the team?
Yeah, I didn't realize that at first. Not until you warned me.
I guess they came down here to get Gothic, but... I'll just kind of turn the box over in my hand because it's
Yeah.
wide. Does the box have a symbol on it, or...?
Same
Six-pointed
star.
star.
Just
You opening the box up?
I will in just a moment.
I'm still holding
Ah,
it, so...
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do you mind if I see that?
Yes, of course.
We'll see if I can open it.
You open it, and it's a ring box with a ring still in it. It's a really nice sort of what seems to be a white gold ring with sapphire on it. It's really, really small, almost as if made for a child. And on the top of the box, there's a name, Virgil.
remember that
It's a star.
there is there is only one person here that you should hold any
Accountability?
accountability for this. We're already looking for him.
Not just him. There's others that are accountable for what happened here.
Some of the atrocities, yes, but they were here to rescue someone. And it looks like as soon as they had done that, they were finished. Might have been some horrible things done to get there, but they didn't want to do any more than seemed necessary.
I don't know why they had Gothic while he was here.
You said there was a shipwreck?
That's what I was told.
I mean,
Maybe a kidnapping?
Maybe. If what Issa said was true, my people here were being eaten as a delicacy.
Either way, one person didn't stop when they should have.
yeah. He's still alive? The big one?
That's the one. Yeah. Megart.
We'll kill him.
As you all sort of stand there talking, you all suddenly feel odd. There's like that feeling of being watched intensifies.
I'll look around again.
You start to look around, and your light goes out. Those of you with night vision,
Dark vision.
dark
All of us.
vision, yeah.
Everybody.
Now me. Yay!
Yay!
Look,
Second island.
look below you, and you just start to look around. What you notice is right below you, where the three thrones stood, staring right up at you, is a massive eyeball. And then you see another, and another, and another,
We should probably
and
go.
another. It's right below you.
From the ground itself?
Seemingly, but then you sort of blink and look, and it sort of resolves itself into this large spherical shape. Teeth as this massive smile appears. You see this beholder staring right back at you. That's where we're going to take the next break.